Okay, greetings one and all, and welcome to day number 3. Yes, day number 3, week 1, fall 2024. That's day number 3, week 1, fall 2024 of our journey together. And it's definitely a delight to have each and every one of you here for this evening's class. So today we're going to continue our journey with set theory, but let's begin with some review. So yesterday we looked at 2 different things. I'm going to write a symbol on the screen and you're going to tell me what symbol this is. So tell me, what does this represent? What's this symbol for?
No,
What is
union.
What is the symbol?
My bad.
This the union?
Intersection.
Intersection. My bad.
Okay, all right. I'm getting too many different answers. Put your answer inside the chat for me. What do you think this is? What do you think? I'm hearing some people saying intersection, some people saying union. I even heard some person said, someone said null, something like that. So put your hands inside the chat. Let me see what y'all put. Okay. Someone said I'm not something. All right. So you need to put in your answer. Okay, Kenneth says union. Okay. I see Rochelle. No, I see Rico. I see Alexia, Carmelo, Rose, Justin. Okay. All right. Now, Cleveland says null. Okay, now you can tell me, you can speak now. What you think it is again? What do you think it is?
Intersection.
Intersection. If you put intersection, you can give yourself a pat on the back because that is absolutely correct. It is the intersection. Now, when we talk about the intersection, what are we looking at? Elements that are what?
Common.
Elements that are common. Elements that are common, right? They have to be common in both sets. That's very important. So that's what I mean by union. I mean, not union, the intersection, right? Elements that are common in both sets. All right. Now, the next symbol. The next symbol that we're going to use. Right. The next symbol. How about this one? What is the symbol for?
Union.
That's the union. That's the union.
Union.
That's the union. When we say union, what does that mean? That means we want what?
Like everything.
All the
To
elements.
unite or combine.
Very good. Very good. So we want all the elements in A and B all together. So with the union, do we include any repeats?
No repeating them.
No, we do not include any repeating elements.
Only
right?
once.
We only write them once. So that's the intersection, that's the union. Now I can trick you all. Oh boy, you trick you all so good. I got y'all now.
Universal.
What is this symbol?
Universal set.
Universal set.
Universal set.
Universal set. Y'all remember, that's good. That's the universal set. Okay, now let me go way back. I'm gonna go way back now. There we go. What's that symbol?
Null.
No.
Null set. Null. Or what's the word for it?
Not an element.
Empty set. Empty. How about this symbol?
Null.
This is null?
Remember. Oh, my bad.
This is what is this?
Not
What is,
an element of.
not an element of? What is this?
Element.
Element of.
Very good.
An element of.
Element of. Very good. Element of. And then this one is
Not an element of.
That's a curly bracket.
Well, what does this mean? What does this mean?
Empty.
Empty set. Empty set. This is empty set. This is empty. This is empty. And I told you that different symbols, you could use this for empty as well. If you just have 2 curly brackets, it's empty set as well. All right. And this is also the empty set as well. Empty. Okay. And then one last one. Let's say I have this one. What is that?
Not an element.
Not an
Element of.
Not an element.
Not an element of. So this is not an element. Not an element. So we separate the elements inside the set with the what? With what? Commas. And, very good. And what do we say is a set by definition?
A group of things.
A group of things. A group of things. A group of things. All right, good. So I think we could move on from this. Now let's actually head up to get things started. Pretty good, pretty good. Y'all are pretty good at this. I'm very proud of you all. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, so let's move on. Let's move forward. Let me head up properly. So yesterday we started to look at this new topic where we're going to be looking at visualizing. We're going to be looking at visualizing sets, right? And so let's head up properly. Today is Wednesday, the 4th of September. Today is the 4th, right? Let me check that.
Yes.
Yeah, today is the 4th. So today is Wednesday. Using set theory. I mean, the theme is set theory. And the topic is using set Venn diagrams. So we're gonna be drawing a lot of Venn diagrams tonight. So what I suggest that you do, make sure that you have your ruler. Make sure that you have your ruler. Make sure you have your compass, especially for drawing the circles. All right. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually write down the notes for this. All right, so we're gonna, let me put this on the side now. Let's get this thing set up properly. I'm gonna put this on the side, and then if you don't have a question, you don't have to raise your hand if you don't have a question, right? Because I don't want to mistake your hand for something that's important and it's not. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna draw is you're gonna draw this rectangle. So draw this rectangular box right there. You're gonna need it. Draw it right there. And then we're gonna put two circles inside there, right? And the two circles represent the two sets that we are going to have inside of this universal set. So let's put our two circles inside of there. So let's do that. So when I say two circles, I want the circles to be overlapping. So just like this, the circles need to be overlapping. So you're gonna use, it's best to draw this in pencil. Instead of a pen, you don't wanna make a mistake, all right? So we have the two circles, we have the universal set represented by this rectangle. Now we need to label our two sets, right? Now we typically call them A and B, but they don't have to go by A and B, but we're gonna use A and B just for today. Before we even do that, let's put the universal set symbol. So this symbol right here, which is really, we call it epsilon. So this is the symbol for the universal set. Now I don't always have to be like this. It could also be a U. By the way, I should mention that a U could also be used as a symbol for a universal set, just for your information. Nevaeh Stewart, you have a question for me? Nevaeh Stewart.
No, sir.
Okay,
Because you don't know how.
no problem. So yeah, so this symbol can also be used for universal set and also and also a U, right? And also a U. But you shouldn't mistake that U for the union, even though they look very much the same. Just don't mistake them. But typically they have like this U, this E symbol, epsilon. Okay, so let's label our set. We're gonna use capital letters to label them.
Excuse me, Mr. P,
Yes, ma'am.
do we have to draw the circle as well?
Yes, you definitely have to draw the circle. Definitely, please draw the circle.
What to draw that with?
You could draw it. If you have like a circular edge, you could draw it, or you guys could freehand it because we have to do a lot of these, so I don't want you to take a long time, right? If you don't have any, yeah, just freehand it. Now I've seen a lot of persons different diagrams, and I am not impressed, to be honest. Please make sure take pride in your work. All right, take pride in your work. So I've seen some Venn diagrams that look like this. I've never seen something that looked like this in my life. It looked like this. It looked like this, right? Like that the middle is too big, right? You don't want it to be that big. And you want it to look like this. You want it to be, if you're gonna freehand it, try to make it at least look sort of sensible. So if you're gonna freehand it, do it something like this, right? Right, try to make it have some sort of semblance of sense. All right.
Okay.
All right, like this. As if you're gonna freehand it. And then let's go A and B. All right. That's not bad. Right? We could work with something. We could work with something like that. Okay, so we have A and we have B. So we have the set A represented by this entire circle. So this whole circle is represented by set A. So when we say set A, we're talking about this whole circle right there. That's set A, right? And then when we say set B, we're talking about this whole entire circle right there. All of this is set B, right? That's set B. And that becomes, and let me just shade it in, this, all of this is set B, right? So that's important.
You want us to do the same thing you're doing?
Not yet. So now what we're gonna do now is we're going to put elements inside the set, all right? So let's put our elements inside the set. So we're gonna start off easy, similar to what we did yesterday.
You want us to continue with pencil?
You could start with pen now, with the elements inside the set. So we're gonna use we're gonna use numbers first. So let's use 1 and then 2, sorry, 1 and 2. And then we have let's say 1, 2, and let's say that this is 4. So we have 1, 2, and 4. And then we have, let's put inside the middle. Let's put inside the middle. Let's put 5. And then let's put 6, 5 and 6. So 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Let me ask you all a question. How is your Venn diagram looking so far? Is it bad, awful, very good?
Okay.
It look like a phone, but it good.
Look like an egg.
It looks like an egg.
For me, I guess. Don't forget, I tell you, I can't draw. I make sure I stood up from the science. I ain't getting no line at it ain't look bad.
It ain't look bad. It look presentable. Look presentable.
Yes.
All right. All right.
I think mine's looking pretty good.
All right. Put a dot inside the chat if it's looking presentable. If it's presentable. Put a dot in the chat if it's presentable. Presentable. But just put a dot. All right. I see a lot of dots. Good stuff. So hopefully when I check it, they are presentable Venn diagrams. All right. Alexia Brown says, mine's look just like yours. Very good, Alexia. I know some people now are very neat. Oh my goodness, some people now have so much good, very good handwriting. Where's the mayor? The mayor Ford? Mr. Mayor Ford here. Kaylia, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. I can hear you, so that's also good. So next up, what else we want? We want to write 7. Inside of this, we're gonna put 7. We put 7, and then we're gonna put 8. And then we're gonna put 10. So we have 1, 2, 3, sorry, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Okay, so first of all, let us go ahead and let's talk about what's happening here, right? What element is number 1? So what set is number 1 a part of? What set is?
Set A.
Set A. Set A. So number 1 is a part of set A. How about number 2? Which set is number 2 a part of?
Set A.
Set A. How about number 4?
Set A.
Set A.
Set A.
Set A. And number 5?
A and B.
A and B.
And B.
And then number 6?
A and B.
A and B. How about number 7?
B.
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 B only, right? And then number 8?
B.
B. B.
Only B.
Only B. Very good. Only B. And number 10?
B.
B. And only B.
Only
Right?
B.
Very good point. So with that in mind, let us go ahead and ask these questions. So what I want to do is number 1, I want using the Venn diagram. So using
Right
the
there?
Venn diagram, yes, write this down for me, please. Find, again, make sure I write this down for me because I'm going to ask you to send your notes. And by the way, I do look at your notes. I do look at them, and I do see for those persons who write them fully, and for those persons who only write half, I see exactly what you're doing. And so you need to make sure that you're writing all of the notes, because if you're not writing all the notes, then I'm going to tell you to send the rest of the notes, because I need to know where the notes are. All right. And so make sure you're writing all of the notes and make sure you're writing them completely and neatly. So we need to figure out what is A. Now, here's the thing. We're going to be looking at the Venn diagram to answer this question. So we're going to be looking at A union B. So A union B, and the question is, how do we figure out what is A union B? All right. And so that's what we want to figure out. So let's go ahead and answer that question. Now, when we say A union B, we're talking about uniting. We're talking about merging. We're talking about combining all of the elements in set A and all of the elements in set B and all of the elements that are in both set A and B. All right. And so let's do that. So we're gonna have, and by the way, we try to keep it, you know, in order for the most part. That's not a requirement, but it's just nicer that way.
Excuse me, Mr. P. I barely can hear you. Did you turn your device down?
Okay, y'all can't hear me? I'm low.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Let me get it up. Okay. All right. So it seems like Miss by the way, let me change your name, Miss Cash. Let me change your name to this, because apparently it has yeah, phone name. Let me see if I could change this name. So y'all say y'all can hear me properly, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that's
Yes,
good.
sir.
Okay, good. That's good. So what we want to do is here we want to find the union. And so the union is all of the elements in A and B and also in the middle as well. So we're going to try to write it down. We're going to also try to do it in order. So what is the first element that goes in the union?
1,
1,
1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7,
1, 2,
10,
7, 8, and 10. Okay, good.
no, 4,
4. Okay, 1, 2, 4. What else?
7,
7, 8, and 10. Okay, so 1, 2, 4, right? Then 5, right?
5,
Then
6,
6,
6,
7,
then
7,
7,
8, and
then
10.
8,
8,
then 8, then what?
and 10.
Then
10.
10.
Then 10. All right, so that's the union. Now, how do we do that? Well, the union is just going to be all of these elements, right? 1, 2, 4, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. So that's the union, right? The union is all of
Because
those.
we can only put it once.
Since you only put it once, very good. Right, so write that down for me, please. That's the union of A and B. And on my side, I'm gonna write it neater than this. So let's do that. So yeah, let me write it neater. So we're gonna put all of the elements in A, which is 1, 2, 3. Wait, there's no 3. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. That's an intersection. 7, 8, and 10. That's the union. So that would be your answer for the union of A and B. Now we're gonna go to, by the way, do we understand how we got the union? Let me know if you understand how we got the union. of A
Yes,
and B.
sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. That's the union of A and B.
Yes, sir.
Good, perfect. Now we need, the next thing we need is we need to figure out what is the intersection. So it's gonna be A intersect B. So A intersect B. Let's use this as a symbol, A intersect B. And let's say we have, now when we talk about the intersection, we're looking at what?
5 and
5 and 6.
5 and 6, right? The intersection is going to be the number that is in the middle, all right? The number that's in the middle. So when we talk about the number that's in the middle, we talk about the numbers or whatever elements that are in the middle. So we're looking at the ones that are right here in the middle, right?
That are common.
The ones that are common. So 5 and 6 would be the elements in the intersection, and we write it like, remember, curly brackets. So it's gonna be this, and it's gonna be 1, no, not 1, not 1, definitely not 1. It's going to be what?
5, 6.
5 and 6.
5 and 6 only.
5 and 6 only. So 5 and 6. Those are going to be the elements in the intersection of A and B. Do we understand that? How we got the union and intersection?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. All right. So Bianca, you understand how we got this so far? Bianca.
yes, sir.
All right. Carmelo, do you understand how we got this so far? Carmelo Fernando.
Yes, sir.
Good. How about you, Ken Leah Flowers? You understand how we got our answer so far? Ken Leah. Where's Ken Leah? Can you hear me, Ken Leah? I don't know if she can hear me. How about you, Kay Leah? You understand how we got our answer so far? Kay Leah.
Yes, sir.
Good. So we need to, let me actually write this properly. So the intersection is going to be equal to, it's equals to 5, 6. That's the intersection. Okay, so now we know what is the intersection of A and B. And now we know what is the union of A and B. Now let's move on to question number 2. And question number 2 is very interesting. It piggybacks on something we learned some time ago. So we want to calculate, or better I should say, yeah, I guess we could say calculate. Let's use the word calculate. Calculate or determine what is the value of, yes, Miss someone have their hand up. Someone have their hand up. Someone has done that, or they probably did it a long time ago. Okay, so we want to know what is the answer for this. I want to know what this is. Then, what is this going to be equal to? Jalen, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
8.
Tatiana, you said 8.
1, 2, 4.
What do you think the answer is? What y'all think the answer is?
5.
Five.
Everything inside of 8.
5. What is the answer
Yes,
though?
sir.
What is the
Is
answer?
there five?
Answer
1, 2, 4.
4. So I had 4. I had 8.
5.
I had 5. I had 5. 5. I had 5.
3.
I had 3. I had 3. I had 1. All right. Okay. So let's look at it. So what? Okay. First of all, we have to ask ourselves, what
I
does this?
sent it in the chat.
You sent it inside the chat, Lamar McKinsey. Okay. All right. So, okay, I see you say 8. Lamar, you said 8. Yes, ma'am. Sashanik.
I think it's 3.
What do you think it is, Sashanik?
No, I'm just leaving work. I missed the whole question on number 2.
Okay. All right. So, what
I think it's 3.
you think it's 3?
I think it's 3 also.
You think it's 3 as well? Okay.
Actually, not my 5.
You think it's 5?
It's
You
5.
think it's 8?
1, 2, 4.
I think
You
it's
think it's
5.
I
It's
think it
also
may be
five.
8 because that's
I
all
think
of
it's 5.
the elements.
Okay, you
I
think it's
think
5?
it's 5.
Okay, so I see 5. Okay, this has to do. Put your answer inside the chat. Let's do it that way. Put your answer inside the chat. Whatever you think it is, put it inside the chat. Let me see. I seeing what numbers I'm seeing. I'm seeing 5. I'm seeing it's a battle between 5 and 8, and it's no longer a battle because apparently, someone's saying 7. I seeing 5 and 6. I seeing a set. Okay. I seeing 1, 2, 4. Interesting. I seeing 8. I'm kind of lost. What are we doing? We're trying to figure out what does this mean? What is the answer for number 2? That's what we're trying to figure out. What is the answer for number 2? Put your answer inside the chat. What is the answer for number 2? By the way, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean?
Numbers inside.
Number inside the element.
Inside the
The number inside the element?
Number of elements inside the set.
Very good.
None.
So this means, right, when we have something like this actually means, let me put this for you, for those who weren't here. This means the number of elements where in set what?
In the set.
In set A. Did I say set B? Did I say set B?
Yeah.
Did I say set A or set or B?
Set A.
Set A. Set A.
Good. So if we want to
So
use
the
that,
answer is 3.
so if we want to use that analogy, then let's first look at the set A. So let's circle set A, right? So watch me. I'm gonna circle all of set A. Okay, I'm gonna
That's 3.
circle all of
Oh.
set A.
That's
I'm gonna
5.
circle all of set A.
5.
All right. So what are the elements? And let's count how many elements inside the set. Is it 1,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
and 5 and
5,
6.
5. So how many elements are inside A?
5.
5, 5,
I have a question.
5. Yes.
So I was right.
I have a question. My question is, okay,
Uh-huh.
5 and 6 is considered in both
Yes.
elements A and
Yes.
B.
Yes.
But in brackets, you just have A.
Yes.
So
But
I
it's
would
still,
think
it's still an
1,
8.
2.
It's
Yeah,
still an 8.
it's still an A. Yes, it's still an A. It's still an A.
Wow, that's a tricky one.
It's a tricky one, right? Because if I were to tell you list off the elements in A, we would tell me if we were to list it off as a set, right? How would we list it off? We would say 1. What else? 2.
2 and 4.
We'd say 4. What else?
5 and 6.
5
We'd say
and
5,
6.
and we'd say what? 6, right? So how many elements are inside the set?
5.
5. Okay, so therefore the correct answer is 5. How many persons said 5 before? Before me.
Me.
Before.
He said 5 before.
Before.
I had 5 and I changed it to 3.
Five, okay. That's no problem. All right, so we're looking at 5. So that's correct. If you said 5, you were correct. If you said 3, I understand you. But I don't understand how people get 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, y'all count everything. For the people who said, yeah, y'all count everything. Okay. All right, so let's write this down. Erase all links. So this is gonna be what? 5, right?
5.
So let's put this in. The answer is 5. Now everyone should get this one right, I hope. Y'all know what the next question is gonna be, right? So this is A. I hope everyone get this one right. What is going to be? It's gonna be this. Huh? What did I do? I literally started a whole about next new PowerPoint. That's insane. Okay, good. There we go. I want, and not for A. We already did A. I want for B. What's the answer for this one?
5.
5 again.
3.
5.
Wait, someone's saying still saying 3. Someone's still saying 3.
5.
5. Okay, why is it 5? Let's explain. For those persons who don't know. Let's
Plus 2 that are in set A and set B.
Exactly.
Set B.
Exactly. So all of this is set B. All of this. All that. So all of the elements in set B would be, let's count them. It's gonna be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the answer here is what? 5.
5.
But we could list the set B, right? So if we were to list the set B, that would be what?
5, 6, 7, 8, and 10.
5,
That'll be
6, 7,
7, 8, and 10.
8, and 10. And how many elements are inside there?
5.
There are 5 elements inside the set. There are 5 elements inside the set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. All right. Let me know if that makes sense for you, please. Let me know if that makes sense.
Yes, sir, that makes sense.
Good. Math is easy. Don't make it hard.
Yes, sir.
All right, number 5. Good. All right.
Mr. Pe-
Yes, ma'am.
At first, the person who didn't understand why 5 and 6 was a part of A, I think she would have noticed that there is an N beside the A in the second question.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to remember that the N is different from the intersection N.
Yes. Yes.
And it means number of elements in the set.
Very good point.
Excuse me, Mr.
point.
Batik, can
Very
you
good point.
go into my chat, please?
Okay, no problem.
I mean, on the
What's up?
no, on the Zoom.
Go into your chat. No problem. No problem. I see it. All right.
All right, thank you.
No problem. So number 3. Let's go number 3. Number 3. We want to do true or false. It's gonna be fun. I always like true and false questions because it's tricky. You gotta be paying attention. So, and you gotta know the symbols, what the symbols mean, right? So I'm gonna say 2. So now based on this chart, only based on this chart, you could look and see, right? So 2, and you have to be knowledgeable about what these things mean. So in order for you to answer it right. So 2, whatever that symbol means, A, is that true or is that false? So let me put it up on the screen properly. 2, whatever the symbol is, A, is that true or is that false?
True.
Is that true or is that false?
True.
Is
True.
that true or is that false?
True.
True? You're saying true?
True. True.
Why?
It's a
Wait,
part of
The
it.
2 is part of the element in
2 is
A.
part of 2 is inside the element of A.
okay. So some persons cannot speak. I'm sorry. Let me enable y'all to speak. Some people can't talk. Let me allow y'all to talk. All right. So if you're able to speak now, let me know. Let me hear you. If you're able to speak now.
Afternoon,
Yeah.
Mr. Petit.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, good afternoon. Sorry, you're able to speak now.
All right.
Hello?
All right. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ah, boy, that must be painful, eh? Not being able to talk. Oh my goodness, that's so painful.
Excuse me, Mr. Basie.
That is painful. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry I was late, but currently cut off for like 30 minutes. When I was signing the class, it cut off and it just come back on.
What's the name?
I had to come out, Lindy Raw.
Lindy
I had to
for
come
me.
out and come out.
Okay, no problem. All right, no problem.
Are we writing this right?
Yeah, definitely
thank
write
you.
this down. Definitely write this down. I
Yes,
was
sir.
wondering why y'all didn't come earlier, but y'all say current is off, so
Yes, sir. It cut off in the eve.
okay. All right,
Yes, sir.
no problem.
I signed in early in order to get in early, but the current cut off when I was about to.
Oh wow. Well, BTC then done it again. Okay, so how do we read this? That's my question. How do we read this?
Two is
is
the
an
element
element
of A.
Element of A.
2 is an element of A. Very good. 2 is an element of A. Now, when we say 2 is an element of A, is that true or is that false?
That is true.
True.
That's true. That is true. Why is that true? Because 2 is inside of A, right?
Inside of A.
Two is an element of A. So
Yeah. So we write what? True or false? True. True. Definitely true. True with a capital T, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
true. So 2 is an element of A. So 2 is right inside of A. So therefore we can say 2 is an element of A. All right, does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes,
Perfect.
sir.
All right, so let's look at another one. Oh my goodness, I erased my true. Come on. Can't be erasing trues here. T-R-U-E. Okay, good. Now, to move on to the next question, let's go and say, what if I say 8? And I'm going to use the same symbol. And let's say 8 is whatever that is of B. Is that true or is that false?
True.
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 All right, so let's read it. Read it for me. How do you read this?
8
True.
The element of B.
Very good. 8 is an element of B. That's how we read it, right? 8 is an element of B. And is that true or is that false?
It's true.
True.
It's true. Very good. It's true. So 8 is an element of B. So it's true. And the reason why is because 8 is inside of L, right? 8 is right there inside of the set B. Okay. So the answer here is true. So the most important thing is you have to be able to understand the symbols. Once you understand the symbols, you'll be able to answer the question correctly. But if you don't understand the symbol, then you're in plenty of trouble. So 8 is an element of B. That is also true. All right, let me know if you understand. Wait, let me know if you do not understand. How many persons do not understand what we're doing? If you don't understand, if you do not understand, let me know if you lost. If you don't,
I understand.
you understand?
I understand.
You understand?
Understand.
Understood?
I understand.
All right.
I understand.
Okay. All right.
I
I understand.
You understand? Okay. That's good. Is Antio and Ahmad here yet? Antio and Ahmad. All right. I'm not sure if they're here. Okay, so let's move on. All right.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Antio and Ahmad, y'all here?
Yes, sir, we are.
Okay, do you understand what's happening?
Yes, sir, we understand.
Okay, who's this speaking?
We writing this down, right?
Yeah, you're writing this down. Who's this
All right.
speaking to me?
It's Ahmad.
Ahmad?
Yes, sir.
You're the younger one or the older one?
The older one.
Ahmad. And your brother, what his name is?
Antio.
Antio. What grade is in anyway?
Well,
You're all in the same grade?
Well.
Okay. So write this down for me. And you understand this, right? You say you understand this?
yes, sir.
Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know.
No problem.
All right. So yeah, so this is true. This is definitely true. This is true, yeah. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. And let's say
University, I'm finished.
you're not four, we're not finished? Okay, we ain't moving the slide. We haven't moved the
Okay.
slide. I want to move the slide. Let's say
I don't understand to a certain extent. That first example, I understand, but I don't understand like that.
okay, who's speaking to me?
Lendiro.
Lendiro?
Yes, sir.
That's how you pronounce your name?
Yes, sir.
What your last name is?
Homeo.
Oh, I remember Lendiro. Okay, yes.
Excuse me.
Okay, which part don't you understand? Not 1, 2, or 3?
Number 2.
This
with
one?
the N on the side of the.
This one.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Let me explain that. I'm gonna explain that to you, okay?
Okay.
And
Yes,
it's
sir.
yeah, we go. So that's all I know. So okay, so Lendiro, when you look at number 2, all we trying to ask is let me see if this is right. Okay, there we go. For number 2, all we trying to ask is, so this is the number, like how many elements are in A. So if we look at A, right? A contains 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 elements. So that's why we put 5, because there are 5 elements in A. Okay. And then, does that make sense, Nandira?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then for the next one, this one is saying how many elements inside B. So let's count, right? So we have this 7 is inside of B, this 8 is inside B, this 10, this 5 is inside of B, and this 6 is inside of B. So how many elements are inside of B, Lindira?
5.
5. So that's why the answer is 5. Make sense?
Yes, sir. Thank
Good.
you.
No problem. Now for number 3, how do we read
False.
this? How do we read this? How do we read it first? How do we,
But it's not. Four is not an element of.
Very good. 4 is
It's
not. 4 is not an element of A. 4 is not an element of A. It's 4. Okay, 4 is not an element of A. Oh, 4 is right here, right? Isn't 4 right here?
Yes, sir.
So 4 is inside of
Yes,
A,
sir.
right? But if we say 4 is not an element of A, is that true or is that false?
That's false. That's
False.
false. False.
Definitely false.
False.
Definitely false. Because 4 is inside of A. All right. So 4 is not an element of A. That's false. Let me know if you understand it. Put a dot inside the chat if you understand number 3. Put a dot inside the chat if you understand number 3. Put a dot. Okay. Rachel, no. Mansani, Alex, Delvon, very good. Chanel, Anthony, good. Okay, now if you do not understand, go ahead.
Can you see my hand when I raise it up?
Um,
Because I raised my hand up a few times and
I think it's better for you to speak. Don't raise your hand because a lot of people raising their hand and they don't be it don't be a genuine question. So I don't. It's better you just talk.
okay. My question is, do you have the definition for every symbol?
Oh yes, we did the definitions from Monday.
Okay, I guess when I write it over properly in my notebook, I'll highlight it.
Yeah.
Because,
So do you have the definitions from Monday? You have them?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So use those definitions, all right?
I
But-
don't. I know the definitions for Monday.
Who said they don't have the definitions?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. Okay, so let me write it down for y'all then, for those who don't have the definitions. So I guess that's what's causing the problem for some of you. Okay, so let's write it. So this is, only write this down if you do not have the definitions, okay? If you do not have the definitions, then obviously write it down. If you do, then lucky for you, you don't have to write this down. So this is only for those people who do not have the definitions. So symbol and then definition. All right. So this symbol is what? The union, right? That's the union of sets. This symbol is what?
Intersecting.
Intersection. Very good. Xavier. That's Xavier Miller or Cooper?
Yes, sir. Miller.
Miller. Very good. Where's Xavier Cooper?
Radar.
Okay. You understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Good. Union, intersection. And then this one is
Element.
element of, right? So we can say element of, or we could say belongs to. So element of. So element of. And then this one is what? Boom.
Not an element of.
It's not an element of. Not. So it does not belong to, right? Not an element of. And so those are the symbols, right?
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
You
Okay.
should add the universal.
I'm not giving them an exhaustive list, but since you insist, Lamar, this is the universal set. Only because I'm out of space. This is the universal set. Good. All right, so now, moving right along, let's go on to the next question. We're gonna call this one IV. I think that's how you write 4 in your notes. Okay, so this one, 5 is an element of A intersect B. Is that true? Or is
Yes,
that
that's
false? Is that
That's
true or
that's
is that
true.
false?
It's VI, not IV.
True. It's kind of tricky, no.
VI is 6. We're just doing 4. Okay. So 5 is an element of A intersect B. Is that true or is that false?
That's true.
It's true.
That's true. What y'all think it is? 5 is an element of A intersect B. Is that true or is that false?
That's true.
That is true.
That is true. That is true.
True.
That is true. Okay, why is that? Okay, why is that the case? Because what is the
It's in
intersection?
the middle.
The intersection is
It's in the
what?
middle.
A and
It's in
B
the middle.
intersects with 5 and 6.
It's in the middle. So when we say 5 is an element of A intersect B, we're saying 5 is in the middle, right?
Yes, sir.
And so since 5 is in the middle, we write what?
True.
True. True. So why do we write true again? Because 5 is where?
In the middle.
In the
And
middle.
it's the element of A and B.
In the middle, in the intersection of A and B. So it's in the intersection, the middle right now. So that's why we write true. So 5 is an element of A intersect B. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense to y'all.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit,
Yes.
can you
Yes.
repeat that last example for me, please? Again?
Okay. So the intersection of A and B is going to be the numbers that are in the middle, right?
Correct.
And so 5 is here and 6 is here. And so the
Yes.
question is it true or false that 5 is an element of A and B? And the
True.
answer, it is true because 5 is right there
Yeah.
in
Yes.
the middle. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. And last but not least, we're gonna do one more. We can call this 5. Okay, so after this question, I'm gonna need you to take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. So after this question, after this last one, I need you to take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. So make sure to do that. And please don't have me running up and down. messaging people for your work. I need you to send in your work. Right? I don't want you have to be running up and down for your notes. Make sure you're responsible enough to send in your notes, all right? So 6 is not an element of the union. What is this? This is, ooh, it's a tricky one.
False.
6 is not an element of the union.
That is
true?
false.
Is that true or is that
That's
false?
False.
6 is
False.
not an element of the union.
False.
Is that true or is that false? Is that true or is that false?
False.
Okay, hold on.
Hold on. Hold on.
False.
Someone say, hold on. Is that true or is that false?
false.
6 is.
I think it's false.
You think it's false?
False.
You
Yeah.
think it's
Hold
false?
on.
Say, hold on.
true.
You think it's true?
False.
False. You think it's
It's
false or true?
false.
So,
False.
6
False.
is an element.
False. Maybe false.
Maybe false.
False.
It's an element of A and B.
I
believe
can't be
it's
sure.
true.
It's an
False.
element
False.
of A and B.
I believe it's
Yeah.
false.
You believe it's false or true?
False. That's false.
6 is an element of A.
That's
and
true.
B.
Because 6 is an element of A
Yeah,
and
but
B.
it says not an element of.
Okay, all right. That's what we're gonna do. Can it be both true and false at the same time?
No.
No, right?
False.
So we have to pick
I
one, right?
cannot.
You have to pick one. So this is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do. Put your answer inside the chat. Which one you think it is? This is your final answer you're gonna put inside the chat. I don't want to hear nothing else about, oh, I thought it was this. Put your final answer inside the chat. You lock that in. No changes. All right, let me see what y'all put. Wow.
Could you repeat that, please?
Put your final answer inside the chat. No changing.
For number 6?
For number 5, yeah. Put your final answer. Uh-huh. Yes, Ray?
Can you see my messages inside the chat?
I can, yes, I can. I can. I could see them. Everyone else can't see them. By the way, everyone cannot see your messages. Only me. Only me could see them.
Can you see mine?
Yeah, I could see yours. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I could see yours. So I see some people saying true. I see some people say it's false. I see Xavier Cooper says it's true. So y'all are not sure. Y'all are not sure. Kenneth says it's true. Some people saying it's false. Okay, let's look at the union. What is the union? Tell me what's the union of A and B.
Everything.
Everything in A and B.
Everything in A and B.
Combined.
Isn't this
Yeah.
the union right now? I know you just figured out that this is the union.
So is it true
Right.
and false?
So this is the union,
It
right?
only could be one answer.
It only could be one. It only can't be both true and false, right? So this is the union. The union contains all of the elements of A and B. So let's circle all the elements in the union. Can I circle 1?
Yes.
Yes. 2 is in the union. Yes.
Yes.
4 is in the union. Yes.
Yes.
5 is in the union.
Yes.
Yes. 6 is in the union.
Yes.
Yes.
6 is in the union.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
6 is in the
Yes, sir.
union.
So.
Yes. Is 7 in the union?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
It is.
Is 8 in the union?
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Is 10 in the union? So if I say 6 is not an element of A union B, what is that?
False.
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 Must be false.
Yeah.
False.
It must
No
be
way, it's
false.
right.
Must be false. Because 6 6 is in the union, right? All right. And the union means that it's inside A or B, all right? How many persons said false before?
I did.
Before.
I
did.
It did.
Before.
That's
All
I
right.
did.
I did.
All right, that's good. All right. What I need you to do is take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Again, take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp.
I'm gonna get my father's phone now.
That's no
Excuse me,
problem.
Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
You can explain number 5 for me one more time, please?
Number 5. Who's that speaking? Malik?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So, Malik, what do we mean by the union?
Union means that the numbers between A and B.
Not between. That's the intersection. So the intersection is in between. All right.
Okay.
So 5 and 6. That's the intersection. But the union, let me
Okay.
yeah, the intersection is 5 and 6, right? But the union of A and B, so let's do this again. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. Let me do this again. Let me do it one moment. By the way, please mute your mic. You don't want to embarrass yourself, all right? Mute your mic if you're not speaking.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I was speaking to Malik, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So let me explain to you something, right? By the way, everyone should be sending me their work. All right. Okay, so Malik, the union, right, is going to be all of the elements in A, all of the elements in A, and all of the elements in B combined. And so you see here it says A union B, right? And what does it what are the elements in A union B? 1, right? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. Those are the elements in the union. Would you agree? That's what we have here.
Yes, sir.
Right? So is 6 a part of it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So, but we said, and this question is saying that 6 is not a part of the union. So is that true? As you see, is that true or is that false?
That's false. Okay.
It's definitely false. You understand now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. No problem. No problem. So please be careful with these stuff, right? This one is saying that 6 is not a part of the union. So, but we know it's a part of the union. All right. Okay. So let me, I really want to keep this slide. So let me, how many persons are still writing, or are you all done?
Done.
You're done?
I done.
Okay.
Done.
Okay, if you're still writing, take a screenshot of it before I move it so that you have it. I need everyone to send in their work. Some people are still not sending their work. Could you believe it? Some people are still not sending their work. I need you to take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. That's what I said. So make sure follow instructions.
Oh, they do. I sent you a message in chat.
Who's that speaking?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. What happened, Jeremiah? Okay, no problem. I understand.
Is this for BJCs and BGCs SE?
Amari, what grade are you in?
Grade 9.
Okay, so Amari, you took my aptitude test, right?
Yes, sir.
Online, or you did it in person?
I did it online.
Yeah. So what I noticed is that a lot of people, when they took my aptitude test, they didn't do well in the sets, and so that's why we're doing set theory. So make sure that so we're gonna be doing set theory for this week and next week. So make sure that you're here because you need to know set theory. Whatever one you're doing, whether you're doing BJC or BGCSE, you need set theory. All right. So
that was my last subject in math, but
that's your
I
last
don't know how I
subject.
still feel.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, some people didn't do too well in set theory. Most people didn't do well in set theory. Some people get most of it wrong.
Excuse me, Mr.
Go ahead.
It's Tashani. I am 5 minutes from home. I finished the notes. I'll send them as soon as I get it.
Okay, no problem. That's no problem. Sashani. All right.
You can put your number, please.
Oh, by the way, yes. Let me put my number inside the chat for those persons who are new. So my number is 426-8891. 426-8891. That's 426-8891. 426-8891.
Mr. Petit. I have to wait until my mom reach home because my phone don't work with Zoom.
And
like the phone camera doesn't work with Zoom.
That's no problem. That's understandable. All right, so let's do one more example, and then after this example, we're gonna do a quiz after this example. So let's do another example. So let's say we have. So let's draw another set. Sorry, let's draw another rectangle. So this example is for some people who still don't quite get it. So if you still don't quite get it, this example is for you. All right. I know some people, they might not say anything, but they're like, Mr. Petit, I don't understand what you're doing. I don't understand it. So this is example, this next example is for people who still don't quite get it, and also for the persons who do get it and need a little bit more practice. And so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to
So even if we do get it, we still have to write it down.
definitely. There's still a part. We're still on notes. We can call this example number 2. Example number 2. All right. So I don't know why this is so small. Let me increase this. Okay, good. So what we need inside this, we need our sets, right? So we're gonna draw 2 overlapping circles. Now, when we have these 2 overlapping circles, we say that the set is not disjoint. I didn't teach you all about disjoint, but a set could be disjoint. And disjoint sets just means that there's no overlap between them. But in this case, we're drawing 2 sets that are overlapping, which means that it will have an intersection, which means that this intersection will not be an empty set. All right. So make sure I draw 2 overlapping sets. All right. Like Venn diagram style. All right. And then we're going to call one A, and we're going to call the other one B. So you're going to call one A, and then we're going to call, definitely, we're doing another example. So draw this one again because we're doing another example. This is the second example, example number 2. Okay, so for the second example, we call the one on the left-hand side set A, and we call the one on the right B. What is this symbol? What do we call this? This is the what?
Universal set.
Universal set. Universal set. And the universal set is basically the set that contains all the other sets. All right. So that's a universal set. Nateo, where's Nateo? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Are you sending me your notes?
Yes, sir.
You understand what we do, or you need another example?
I got the last one. I had the text before, but I didn't see it.
I saw your answers. Once you put it inside the chat, I see it. And where's Antio and Ahmad? Have you all sent in your work? Antio and Ahmad?
Hey, just writing that down again. Send it right now.
Yeah, I don't see nothing from y'all. Y'all have to send in your work.
All right.
Pardon?
Ain't nothing.
Okay. All right. So make sure I send in your work. So A and B. What I need now is I need to let's put some numbers inside this. So we're gonna put let's say that we have inside the set, let's say that we have say that we have 8. We're gonna put 8 inside the set. 8. Let's say that we have 9. Let's say that we have 8, 9, and 10. Then we have 11. And then we have 12.
Mr. Batid, you could also do this with like
days of the month and stuff, right?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And I think you're looking at my notes. That's exactly what I think you're doing, Chicano. You could see them. But yes, we can do it with months of the year as well. All right, so let's only do this right now. So okay, good. So with this one, we're gonna have the same question. So the first question is going to be using the Venn diagram. Using the Venn diagram. Find a, let's say we want to find what is the intersect, not the intersection, the union. So A union B. All right, so when we say union, help me out. What does union mean?
To combine.
To combine all of the elements in what?
The set.
All of the elements in the set. All right, so when we looking at an A and B, right? Do we repeat any elements?
No, sir.
No, we do.
But only once.
No, sir.
No. This is what I want you to do. Write the union inside the chat for me. I need everyone to do that. Write the union inside the chat. What you think the union of this set is going to be? Let me see if y'all get it. So put the union of the two sets inside the chart for me, please. The union of these two sets. What do you think the union is gonna be? Now I hope that y'all don't get it wrong, but I want the union of the two sets. Set A and B. Isaiah, are you there? Where's Isaiah?
Yes, sir.
You understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Yelisha, Edgecombe. You understand what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
Good. Ray Hall, where's Ray? Do you understand?
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Okay, so I see Shakira, Justin, Cleveland, Ray, Janae, Jamaya, Ricardo, Tomansani Smith, Louise Jean, Delvano Sands, Lamar, Shekinah Ferguson, Jasmine, all of them must have put their answers already. I want the union. Okay, I want the union. Okay, I'm seeing Anishka, Stanley. A lot of you answering, that's good. So I just want the union. Now, when we say the union, we want all of the elements in set A and B combined. Do we include any repeating elements?
No, sir.
No, definitely not.
No, sir.
So tell me what y'all have. 8,
8, 9,
10,
11, 12, 13, 14.
very good. 8, 9,
8,
10,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
12, 13, and 14. Very good. How many persons had this? How many persons had this?
I did.
Now,
did.
some of you are saying I did, and you didn't put your curly brackets, and so your answer is wrong if you don't have no curly
I have
brackets.
my curly brackets.
I have my curly brackets.
I have my curly brackets.
I forgot the iron at the end.
It has to be curly brackets, all right? It has to be curly brackets. And when I say curly brackets, I see some people putting box brackets. You cannot put box brackets.
How to get the correct one?
You have to after P. Once you press P, there's a symbol right after P. You could use that.
After P?
After P, yeah. But you have to press Shift and then press it. Shift first and then press that, and then you get the curly brackets. All right. Okay, so that's the union. All of the numbers in A and B. Now, how do we get that for those persons who don't know? That's gonna be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. That's gonna be the union of A and B. All right. So that's good. Now that we got that, we know the other question is, we want the intersection. So it's going to be intersection of A and B is going to be A intersect B, and that equals to what? That means A intersect B is what? What are we looking for the intersection?
11, 12.
11 and 12. Very good. 11 and 12.
11 and 12.
11 and 12. So curly brackets. Curly brackets. What I press? Shift and then the number right after, or the symbol, or the what do you call this now? The button, I guess you could call them a button, right after P. Then that's how we got the curly brackets. Okay, so this is going to be what? 11 and then what? 12. So the intersection, right, is what? All of the elements that are inside both A and B, right? All elements that are common in both A and B. So that's the middle, right? Does that make sense? You understand that? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
One in the middle.
Yes, sir, I understand.
11 and 12. All right. Ryan Pratt, do you understand so far? Ryan Pratt, do you understand so far? I'm not hearing from Ryan. Is she speaking in the chat? Okay, she said yes. So Rico, do you understand so far? Rico?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Tatiana, do you understand so far? Yes, Tatiana.
Yes, sir.
That's good. Some people are still unable to speak. Devani Knowles, do you understand so far?
Yes, sir.
Good. Kanan, do you understand so far? Kanan?
Yes, sir.
You sure you understand?
I have a question.
What's the question? Go ahead.
On the last slide that said NA in brackets equals blank 5 blank. What does that mean?
What that means?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do another example of that. So let's do that one for Kanan. Kanan wants to know what do we mean by that. So let's do that. So number 2. So pay attention this time, Caleb, okay? I'm not Caleb, Kanan. Understand me? So for number 2, we want to calculate the number of elements. So you calculate the number of elements. Let me put this on the side. The number of elements in A. Let's call this A. So we calculate. Is that how I did it last time? How did I number it? Yeah, I used, what did I use? Oh, I didn't number it. Okay, let's just use I. Okay, so it's equal to. Okay, so we read this as the number of elements, right? Read this as the number of elements in A. So Kanan, that's Kanan.
Yes, sir.
How many? So this is how we read it. We say that we want the number of elements in A. So how many elements are inside of A?
5.
Let's count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and what? 5. So how many elements are inside of A?
5.
5. So the answer here is 5. Understand that, Kanan?
Yes, sir.
Anyone else have a question on this, or y'all understand?
I understand.
I understand.
I understand.
I understand.
You understand?
I understand.
Okay, that's good. So we want to count how many elements are inside A, and then we just write the answer. So the answer in this case is 5.
One next example, please.
Yes, I can. And who's that asking for it?
Aliyah.
Aliyah what?
Davis.
Davis. You came late?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You don't usually be late. What happened?
No, sir. Family issue.
Oh, I thought
family.
I thought you had what they call it?
What?
And what they call it? Some person's car, yeah, electricity was off. All right, so here we want the number of elements in B, Aliyah. How many elements are inside B? Let's count. Let's count, right?
I think 2.
You think
2?
2?
I correct.
Okay, well, let's count all of them, right? So we have 13 in B, right?
And 14.
And 14. But how about 11? Is 11 in B?
In both.
Yeah. 11 is in B and it's 12 in B as well.
12.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what is the number of elements in B?
4.
4. The answer is 4. Do you understand that, Aliyah?
Yes, sir.
Good. Caleb, do you understand? Kanan, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Good. And where's your brother?
He should be in class.
Caleb is here. Where's Caleb?
I can ask him now.
Okay. All right. So Malik, you have a question?
No, sir.
Go ahead,
Sorry,
Shakira. Go ahead, Shakira.
I'm leaving this location now, so I'm gonna be out of class for a bit.
Okay, no problem. It's Gordon, right?
Mr. Patel,
Right.
Good. Yes.
you didn't unmute his mic.
I didn't unmute his mic. I didn't unmute his mic.
No, sir, you can't talk.
Really? I don't even see his name here. What his name is? As Caleb, right? Oh.
Oh, sorry, no, he said it don't work.
He said it doesn't work.
Yes, sir.
Caleb Higgs, where's Caleb? Tell him, speak to the oh, he said I'm here. Okay, I see him. Okay, I see him. All right. I wasn't looking at the comments. Okay, good. So do we understand how we get 2? Does everyone understand it? Because when we're gonna do the quiz, you're gonna be on your own. So do you understand it before I move on? Let me know, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Pretty much, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ask example, please.
Yes, sir. I understand.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. Nateo, that's you asking for another example. Nateo?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Nateo, no problem. Good. So Nateo, they say they want the number of elements in A. So let's count how many elements inside A. So this is the set A right there, right? You said 3? You said 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, so how many?
5.
5. And that's how we get that. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
And then let's do B. What is the number of elements in B? All of B now. All of B. How much that is?
4.
4. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Good. So that's how we get that. All right, so next up, let's do true or false, my favorite. Dun 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 dun. My favorite out of all.
I want to.
True or false? It's where everybody gets trumped and stuck. Or some of you. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's say 8. So you have to be paying attention now. 8, see if I can find the symbol, is an element of, no, let's not use that. Too easy. 8 is, let's say 8 is not an element of, someone mic is still on. If you make sure mute your mic if you're not speaking. 8 is not an element of A. Is that true or is that false?
That's false.
That's true or false?
False.
That's true or is that false? 8 is not an element of A.
False. False. False.
Why?
That's false because it is an
False.
element of A.
Because 8 is an element of 8, right? So it's what?
Yeah, it's in set A.
It's false. Very good. Y'all are getting really good at this. It's false. 8 is not an element of A. That's false. Marinique, where's Marinique? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You staying for English?
No, sir.
I need to speak with you. Can you rejoin? So you only do maths, right?
I am
English.
Yes, you do.
Okay. What I want you to do is
Excuse me,
I need you to come back at since you were staying for English, come back like 8:45. No, 8:50. Because I want to speak to you right after class, okay?
Okay.
Pardon? Wait, one moment. Pardon, Marinique, what you said?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So let's move on. Yes, Rochelle, no?
Do my parents require me to stay for English?
Yes, she did. Yes, you have to do all. I'm sorry. She assigned you up for all, every last one, every day. All right, so 13 is an element of B. Is that true or is that false?
True. True.
13 is an element of B.
It's true.
Is that true or is that false?
It's true.
That is
It's
true.
true.
It's true.
It's
That
in
is
set B.
because 13 is right where? Is right in there, right inside B.
element B.
Is in
In
B.
B.
It is true. It is true. All right. Let me know if you understand that, please. Let me know if you understand that.
I understand.
Yes,
I
sir.
understand.
Okay, perfect. So 13 is an
Understand.
element of B is definitely true. Oh boy. Let me put this here. This is definitely true. Let me write it again. True. So this is true.
Excuse me, Mr. T.
Uh-huh.
I understand, right? But what is get me, like what is causing me mix it up and get it wrong is when you do not an element of, and I start to think because sometimes I mix it up and put true instead of putting false because it's being wrong.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So let's go. 9 is an element of A. Is that true or is that false? 9 is an element of A.
So
9 is an element of A. Is that true or is that false? That's true or false? That is true.
It's true.
It's true because 9 is where? 9 is where?
9 is inside A.
9 is inside of A. So 9 is a member or 9 belongs to set A. So it's definitely true. All right, so true. And then now the 2 bonus questions. 14. Okay, please fix and stay properly. 14 is an element of the intersection of A and B.
That's false.
False. That's false.
14 is an element of the intersection of A and B. Is that true or is that false?
That's false.
That's false. It's false. 14 is an element of the intersection of A and B. Is that true or is that false?
That is false.
That is false.
That's false. That's false.
False. Why you say that's false? Why you say that's false?
14 is a
14 is an intersection.
Intersection of A and B. It's only B.
Very good. 14 is not in the intersection. What is in the intersection?
11 and 12.
Only 11 and 12. So where are we getting 14 from? So this is definitely what?
False.
False.
False. False. False. And finally, number 5, we can say 10 is not an element of the union of A and B. Is that true or is that false?
That's true. That's true.
True.
That is true.
That's true.
False. That's false.
That's true.
Is it true or is it
That's
false?
true. What
10,
the question say?
10 is not an element of the union.
That's true.
That's false.
True.
True?
True.
True?
That's
True.
false.
True.
It is.
Is it true or
False.
Oh, yeah,
true or
yeah,
false?
yeah.
Element of
Is it what is
WNB.
false? All right. All
False.
right. So this we can settle it right now. Put the answer inside the chat. This is your final answer. Put your final answer in the chat. Put your final answer in the chat. Your final answer. What do you think your final answer is? The final answer is I want to see this. I am seeing true. I am seeing false, true.
Mr.
false.
Petit, I couldn't see the question.
All right, 10 is an element. Oh, let me show you the question. 10 is not an element of A union B. 10 is not an element of A union B. Is that true or is that false? Never mind. True. Kamani say never mind. True. Never mind. False. Kamani, what is it? True or false?
That's a false.
What is it? This one say, wait.
That's a false.
I mean false.
That's true.
Everybody changing that.
That's
Everybody.
false.
Everybody.
I check it with false.
If number one
Wait,
A, it
wait,
says right there.
wait,
false, then it's
wait. We can't all speak together. One moment. Who's saying it has to be true? Who's saying it has to be true?
Me, Aaliyah, it has to be true.
It has to be true. Raise your hand if you think it has to be true. It has to be true. Raise your hand. Let me see. Okay. A lot of people are raising their hands. Only 13 people? That's it? 14?
False from day one.
False.
false.
All right.
That falls wrong.
Okay, that falls wrong. All right. So let's explain it to them.
Yes.
Let's explain it to them. But for the people who are on the true side, let's explain it to them. So we have 10 is not an element of A union B. So, as we always do, what is in the union? The union is all of the elements in A and B what? Combined, right? So this is the this is the union, right?
Yes.
So is
Get out of here.
so is 8 the inside of the union?
Yes, sir.
Is 9 inside of the union?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is 10 inside of the union?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is 10 inside of the union?
Yes, sir.
Is 10 inside of the union?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Is 11 inside of the union?
Yes,
sir.
Is 12 inside of the union?
sir.
Is 13 inside of the union? Is
Yes,
14 inside of the union?
Yes, sir.
Good. So let's
So
go
it's
back
false.
to our, so let's go back to our question. It says 10 is not
It's false.
in the union. So is 10 in the union? Is 10 in the
false.
union? Is 10 in the
Yes,
union?
sir.
10 is in the union.
10 is
so
in
that
the
would be
union.
false.
So this
I
is
take that back.
false.
I take that back.
This is false.
It feels good to be right.
I think it has to be 10 anymore.
Hey.
Yeah,
Give
that-
myself a hand clap.
I need
How many persons had faults before anybody had?
I did.
I did.
I was gonna say it was false, but I thought it was true.
to
probably say that I have done false.
All right.
I had
Ali-
false, but I kept changing my answer.
I'll
Wow.
be 100% honest. I was just overthinking.
You just
F to
overthinking?
the A to the L to the F to
To be honest, I was about to switch my answer to false, but I just wanted to see if it was true or not.
Okay. Okay. Really? All right.
Yeah.
That's what words we say in defeat.
I
Our
got to
fighting
see what
words.
y'all did.
All right. Okay. So now it's time for the quiz. Do not mess this thing up like how you did it now. Make sure in the quiz you get it right. So I'm gonna send.
They messed it up.
Some persons
They
did.
messing up, not us.
Some persons did. So let's give them grace. All
This
right.
could be easy.
All of us learning. So let's give them grace. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, let me put this here. So it's only one quiz for today. So the quiz is out of 20 and it's a long quiz. So it's You have to be reading the questions and stuff like that. So here goes nothing. Once you start it, please put started inside the chat. I need everyone to do the quiz for me, please. Once you have already started, please put started.
Good night, Mr. Petite.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you send mine via WhatsApp? This is Mrs. Jane.
Louis Jane.
Yeah,
Okay, no problem.
for Anishka as well, please, Mr. Petit.
Okay, no problem. Wait a minute.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. This thing is not doing properly. Let me do it. So I'm gonna put the quiz inside the chat once again. There we go. There we go. Once you have started the quiz, please put started inside the chat. I need everyone to do the quiz. Oh my. Also, I need you to take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. I forgot to say that. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp and also start the quiz.
All of these are one quiz?
It's just one quiz, the same quiz. It's the same quiz.
Oh, because I see it say like
Hello? So start the quiz for me, please. What's the percentage that you have to get in order to pass?
80% higher.
80% or higher. 80% or higher. All right, good. Okay, someone's asking me to send it to their actual phone. Who is that again? I know
Anishka.
Louise, Jean, and Anishka. Okay, no problem. And Anishka. Good, I sent it to your phone. All right, remember that you need to get an 80%. That means you have to get a 16 out of 20 in order for you to, pass. Rochelle no got an 18. Finished that pretty quick, Rochelle no. Oh, by the way, for those of you who finished with the quiz, if you are finished with the quiz, like you done, take a picture of your work.
For the first quiz I just now finished, it asked me, is it true or false that 11 and 13 is an element of B? It says I wrong when I press true.
What number it says?
Number 9.
Number 9.
I have the same problem for number 9. I was supposed to get it right, but it gave me it wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be the judge of that. Let me see. Number 9, you say of this question. Number 9 of the quiz, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me see. Number 9. I want the wrong thing. So this is what's using questions.
Same for me too.
All right. Put the answer you think is right. If I change it, then yeah, your grade would change. Number 9. True or false? Number 13 is element of B. That's supposed to be, that's supposed to be true.
So
I get it right?
So I get it right.
100?
Once it change, I'm gonna show you a grade now. Once it change, it automatically changes it. Yeah.
Okay.
Pardon?
Already changed. It changed.
It changed, right? Yeah, it's changed. All right, take a screenshot of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Take a screenshot of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Take a screenshot of your grade.
It didn't change for me.
It didn't change for you?
Send the grade?
Yeah, you have to
copy score again.
Yeah, you have to like refresh it.
Okay.
It's not okay. It's either yes or no, so. All right,
I sent you the work, the screenshots and the notes.
Okay, good. Now, if you are finished with the quiz, answer these questions that I have on the screen in the chat, please. If you're finished with the quiz, answer the questions I have on the screen in the chat.
Do you have to write these questions down?
No. Answer them in the chat. Just answer them in the chat. Okay, so so far I have Sashanique, Alex, Tavon. I have Malik. I have Rochelle No. I have Higgs. I have Morano Hannah. Very good, Dior Borrows.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit, I'm doing that over.
Who's that? Anishka? Yeah, I see it.
Yes.
I see it. Carissa Clark. Where's Carissa Clark?
Mr. Petit, I finished the quiz.
Good. If you're finished with the quiz, I need you to go inside. I need you to go and do the questions I have on the screen in the chat, please. If you're finished with the quiz.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit. The questions were on the screen. We have to write them down, or we just have to do them
No,
inside the chat.
answer in the chat. Answer inside the chat. Don't write them down. Answer them inside the chat.
Mr.
Where?
Petit, where's the questions on the screen? I doesn't see them.
You don't see them?
They look black.
They look black? Okay.
Mr. Fatigue, you see my quiz?
Who's that speaking? Who is it?
That's better now.
Mateo, if I see a quiz?
Yeah.
Pardon?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yeah, I see you get an 18. Yeah, very good, Mateo.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit. Mr. Petit, your screen is still black.
It's still black for you? Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
I'll be going offline for a few minutes and I'll log back in.
You're asking me or you're telling me? Which one?
I was letting you know.
Pardon?
I was letting you know.
You mean you're asking me? That's what you're saying.
Yes. No, I was telling you. I was telling you that I'm going to be disconnected for in a few minutes.
What's your name?
Ethan Bain.
So Ethan Bain, that's what you say. Mr. Petit, can I log off for a few moments, please?
Yes, sir.
That's how you say it, okay?
16 out of 20.
All right?
Yes,
All right,
sir.
Ethan? Good. So
Mr. Petit.
answer the questions that's on the screen for me, please.
Mr. Petit.
Go ahead.
You saw my score?
What's your name?
Xavier Cooper.
Xavier Cooper. Xavier, what did you get? You got an 18, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. Do the questions in the chat.
I got 20 over 100.
Who is that speaking?
That's cash.
Cash? Miss Cash?
Yeah, you saw my 120 over 20.
Gillette? No, I don't see that.
I just finished it.
You just finished it?
You saw mine?
Yes, I see it. I see it, Miss
Yeah, I
Cash.
see the screen.
Mr. Petit, you saw mine?
What's the name?
Xavier.
Xavier? Xavier, the last name.
Hello.
Yes, I have it. I don't see, and this is where, this is what I don't like, you know. Where's Antio and Ahmad? There's Antio and Ahmad. Antio and Ahmad, where are you? So for those persons who are finished with the quiz, who all are finished with the quiz? Let me know. You're finished with the quiz?
I am.
Okay. I mean pass the quiz, like 16 and above.
I got a 20 out of 20.
I got a 20 out of 20.
I got a 20 out of 20.
Okay, good. So I need you to do this, answer these questions in the chat. Answer these questions in the chat for me if you're finished with the quiz. All right. If you're
I
finished,
did it already.
You did it already? That's good. So we got to go over these answers.
Finished too.
You finished as well?
Yes, sir.
I need do not write down the questions in your book. Do not write down the questions in your book. You just have to answer them. You just have to
You see mine in the chat, Mr. Petit?
Yes, I see your child known. Yes, I see it. Where's Naya?
Yes, sir.
How are we looking?
I write down the questions on the screen.
Oh, I
Not
finished.
the question.
One moment, Cleveland. One moment. Go ahead, Naya.
I finished my work. I sent it all to you.
So you finished everything?
Yes, sir.
How long ago this was?
I just told you about it earlier.
You told me you finished your work?
Yes, sir.
How long ago that was?
A few minutes ago. I think like 6 minutes ago.
Oh my goodness, Naya. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. All right, let me send you the rest.
Mr. Petit.
Yes, sir.
One moment. How about Rashad? You finished too? Where's Rashad?
Oh, sir.
Okay. When it's like that, Naya, let me know it's you, because all y'all sound alike. I don't know if y'all realize that.
Excuse me,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Petit.
All y'all sound like. Go ahead.
I think you need to correct the numbering for number 3
What I have?
because that's the IV. Oh, my bad. I thought that was thing.
Okay, no problem. That's no problem. Okay, how many persons finished their quiz? I need to know if you're finished with your quiz.
I did. I got 6.
Okay.
I did. I'm currently
I finished.
answering
I
the
got
questions on
5.
screen.
I got
Okay.
20.
Very good. Who is answering the questions on the screen? You need to answer them in the chat.
Doing it right
I'm
now.
answering them.
Answering them now. Okay, good.
I'm
Excuse
still
me.
answering
I
them.
don't see no questions.
Me
You don't s-
finish.
You don't see no
On the
questions?
screen, I'm on true
No, I
and
don't.
false.
You don't see any questions on the screen?
No, I don't, sir.
Who is that speaking?
Answer everything.
Jasmine.
Who's the name? What's the name?
Jasmine
Jasmine what?
Smith,
Smith. You in New Providence or Farm Island?
New Providence.
Okay, can you see it now?
No, sir.
You have to log out and come back in because it's sharing. So I don't know why you're not able to see it. Okay, where's Antio and Ahmad? Are y'all there? Antio and
Excuse me, Mr.
Antio and Ahmad.
I'm finished. I'll send it to you now.
Okay, someone is trying to get my attention. Go ahead.
Is the questions on the screen and what we're doing now? Am I supposed to write those in my book?
No, just answer them in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Just answer them in the chat. Okay, so let's go over them. Are y'all ready for us to go over them? Are y'all ready for that?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me.
No?
No, sir. No.
No?
No, sir.
Yeah, I'm still finishing up.
Still finishing up? Okay, some people are still working on them, so let's give them a few more moments. Momento.
Excuse me,
Yes,
Mr.
please.
Petit. This is Monique. I'm asking to confirm if you said 8:40 or 8:50.
8:50.
But when I joined back.
Marinique, 8:50.
Yes, sir.
8:50.
Okay, thank you.
Levantinique? Where's Levantinique? Levantinique, where are you? Is there a Levantinique? Levantinique, I'm not hearing from you. Where she is? Levantinique. Levantinique, can you hear me? Where's Levant? I'm here. What happened to your mic, Levantinique? What happened to your mic? It's low, but I can't hear you at all. I can't hear you at all, Levantinique, at all. Okay, let's answer these questions. Let's go.
Like 2 more minutes, please.
Say 2 more minutes. We have to go
That's
now.
mistake.
I hear you. We have to go on.
I got answer
Two more
number
minutes,
3.
Mr. B.
Okay. You want to
I mean
answer?
number 2.
Number two? Okay, you
can't
can answer
see.
number 2. No problem. All right. Let's go ahead with number 1A. We want the union. What do we have for the union of A and B? Shut up for that.
1, 3, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
So the union is going to be all of these numbers, right? 1, 3, 7, 8, 9, right? What else?
11,
11, 12,
14.
13, 14, and 15. Because the union is all of them combined, right? So 1, 3, 7, 8, right? 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So.
Yeah. How many persons got that?
I did.
I got that.
Okay. All right, that's good. Now let's do B. B is the
8 and 9.
Intersection 8 and 9.
8 and 9. The intersection is going to be 8 and 9, right? So let's write that down. 8 and 9 is going to be equal to.
Listening.
Yes, ma'am.
Are we writing this down?
No. This is, you don't write this down.
Okay.
You answering this in the chat, or if you already answered in the chat, we just going over them.
Okay.
So intersection is 8 and 9. How many persons got that? That's just the ones in the middle.
Me. Got it.
Got it. Only 2 persons? Anyone else?
I got that.
Yes, sir.
I did.
I did.
Okay.
I got that.
Okay.
Got
So
it.
8 and 9.
Me too.
8 and 9 is just going to be the ones in the middle, right?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yes.
Okay, now, Nateo, you said you wanted to do number 2. Go ahead. What do you got for number of elements? Nateo only. What you got for number of elements in A?
5.
You got 5? Okay, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Very good, Nateo. Anyone else got 5 for this?
I got it.
I got 5.
Very good. Very good. Carissa Clark. Where's Carissa? Where's Carissa Clark? Carissa, can you hear me? Carissa, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Did you redo your quiz?
Yes, sir.
What did you get the last time you did it?
16.
How much?
20.
Say it again.
Out of 20.
What? All I had was out of 20. How much out of 20?
16.
16. All right. Do you understand how to do this part? The number of elements in B? Help me out with that one. I want to know what's the number of elements in B. What is that?
7.
How much would you say?
7.
How you got 7?
Because the 5 elements in B and the 2 in the middle.
Very good. You do understand that the 2 in the middle also is inside B as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Good. So how many persons got 7 for B as well? This one.
I got that.
Me.
Don't lie now. Don't lie. How many persons got 7 for the second one?
I got 7.
Me.
You did? Good. All right. True or false? 3 is an element of. Wait, one moment. Wait a minute. 3 is an element of A. Is that true or false? True. True. That's absolutely true.
That's true.
Because 3 is an right, right? True or false? 14 is an element of B.
True.
Yeah, 14 is right, so that's true as well. True. True or false? 1 is not an element of A. False. Why? Because 1 is right here. It's right.
1 is a number.
Yeah. True or false? 8 is an element of the intersection of B.
True.
True or false? 8 is an element of the intersection of A and B.
That's true.
True or false? 8 is an element of the intersection of A and B. Is that true or false?
True. That's true.
All right. That is absolutely true. Because 8 is 8 is radial. 8 is an intersection, right? 8 is in the middle. All right. All right. True or false?
False.
True.
False. I didn't even say the question yet.
That's true.
True or false? 15 is an element of the union.
True.
15 is an element of the union.
True.
Yes, it's right there. 15 is in the union.
I go with you.
True. It is true. It is true. All right, it is true. And then lastly,
False.
False.
Would be false. I know that was false.
Wait, what is this saying? What is this saying?
A union B is an empty set.
A union B.
Ezekiel to empty, at least like an empty space.
Empty
Which
set,
is
yeah.
false.
Who said that?
Which is false.
Who
I
said that?
did.
Anushka?
Anishka, yes.
Yeah. So this is saying that the union of A and B is an empty set. This is saying that the union of A and B is an empty set. But clearly that's not true because you see how many elements are inside the union? 1, 3,
Exactly.
7, 8, 9, 11. So it's not empty. So the union of A and B is not empty. It's actually have a lot in it. So it's actually going to be what? True or false?
False.
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 False. False. How many
I
persons
got
got that
all
one?
right. Me.
Persons got that
I'm
one.
Mari.
Couldn't get to do the question, but incorrect.
Okay. How many persons got all right?
Me.
Me.
I did.
Me, I got all.
You got all right?
Me.
Okay.
Mine is
Me.
How many persons
four,
got
so-
one wrong? One wrong.
I got wrong.
I
Wrong
got
too.
one wrong.
I got one wrong.
One wrong. One wrong.
I got all right.
All right. Okay.
I got all
And,
right.
go ahead.
I got all right.
I don't know if that's number 6 or number 5, but I don't understand it with
The-
the open line to it.
A union B with that circle and line through it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is let me write what it's saying so you can understand. This is saying, let me write what it's saying so you could see. This is saying that A union B is an empty set. That's what this means. A union B is an empty set, right?
So that means the diagram of nothing in it.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
the diagram does have something in it. So that's why
Yes,
it's
sir.
false. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
And what's
So,
your
Mr.
name?
Petit?
Wait, one moment. What's your name?
Lindsay Rock.
Lindy. Okay, yes. Go ahead, Miss Monique.
So the diagram with the circle with the line through it, that represent empty set.
Yeah, that represent empty set. Represent empty set.
Okay, I need to note that so I could go back and keep studying it.
Exactly. Yeah. Make a note of that. That's what that means. That circle with a line through is empty set. And
All
also
right, thank you.
the curly brackets is none inside of it is an empty set as well. All right. So that's that. So how many persons understand this topic so far and what we did today?
Me.
Mostly me.
I understand it.
All right.
I understand it.
Okay, if you understand it, put I inside the chat. If you understand, put I inside the chat. If you do not understand, put N. But if you understand, put I. If you do not understand, put N. So Jaden, Kayla, Nateo, Ethan, all of them say they understand. Kanan, Sharon, Gata, Dior, Shashanik, very good. Lamar.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the curly brackets, right?
Yes.
You only use them when you're unioning them in a bracket, and when you put all of the numbers in, that's the only time you use the curly bracket.
Very good point. That's the only time. That's a very good point. You do not use the brackets when you're writing like the number of elements in A. You just write the number.
Okay.
But when you
all right.
but when you are doing the union or intersection, you have to use curly brackets. All right. Okay.
Right.
Good. Ray, you have a question? Ray Hall. Ray. Do you have a question, Ray? Ray, do you have a question? Someone is saying something. They have a question. All right. Okay, it's currently 8:01, so we're going to transition over to English language. So let's move over to English language right now. You wanted to, I want to tell you that. Oh, no problem, Ray, that's no problem. That's no problem. Okay, so let's move on. Go ahead, Ms. Monique.
I sent you a text message.
On WhatsApp?
WhatsApp chat.
Can you say hi so I get so your stuff could be at the top so I get to read it? Okay, let's move on to English. If you have a separate book for English, please use it. If you do not, then you could use the same book, but I prefer you to have a separate book if you can. We're gonna be starting off with English today. At the top of the hour. So let's go. So we're gonna be doing English right now. So make sure write this in a separate book, or if you do not have a separate book, then you have to write it in the same book, but head up again. We're gonna head up again. Oh. No, I don't. Monique, I don't.
Excuse me, Miss Petit.
Uh-huh.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, someone have a question.
Excuse me, Miss. Oh, I was asking if I have to stay here because I passed my English BJC, but
Who's
I have
that?
English BJCSE.
Who's
Nakari.
that? Nakari Roberts?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Me and your mommy spoke today. You stay. Yeah. Nakari, I could barely hear from you. I'm glad I'm hearing from you now. Are you all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does your school allow you to do them over?
My English BJC.
No, the ones you didn't do well in.
Yes, they do.
Okay, that's good.
I
right.
only have 2. I have RK and health science.
RK and health science that you have to do over. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's start English. Okay. Greetings, one and all, and welcome to English class. What we're gonna be doing for today. The last time we were here in English, we looked at how to write an excellent introduction. We said that in order for us to have a good essay, how many paragraphs must we have?
3.
Nope.
5.
No, 5.
How many paragraphs?
5 paragraphs.
Must have 5 paragraphs. Very good. We also said that the first paragraph is for the what?
Introduction.
Right? So the first paragraph is for the introduction.
You want us to write?
Not yet.
Okay,
the first
just a minute.
paragraph is for the introduction. Then you have the second paragraph, third paragraph, and fourth paragraphs for the what?
Body paragraph.
This is the body.
3 body
This is the
paragraphs.
body paragraphs.
Write all this, right?
Do not write yet. I'm going to tell you when to start writing. So don't write this down. This is just review. Body paragraphs, right?
Yes.
Then the conclusion.
And then after you have your 3 body paragraphs, what do you have afterwards?
Conclusion.
You
Then
will
you
have
have
the conclusion.
Then you have the conclusion. The conclusion. Now, out of these 5 paragraphs, which one is your first chance that you get to make a good impression on the reader?
The first one.
Which is what?
The introduction.
The introduction.
introduction.
So the introduction is your first chance that you get to make a good impression on the reader. So you have to take full advantage. So you have to take full advantage of it, right? So we said that there are how many key elements that we need in order to make a good introduction?
3.
3 key elements. What are those key elements?
Hook, body,
Would be the hook,
information,
the background information, and the thesis statement.
Very good. So the hook, the background information, Y'all remember good. Or y'all looking at your notes? Which one?
Bob, you remember?
Came from the core of the memory.
Core of the memory. Okay. Core of the memory. Okay. Background information. Background information. All right. And what else?
The thesis statement.
The thesis statement. The thesis statement. All right. So we have these 3, the hook, the background information, and the thesis statement that we learned about on our first English class. Which one of these is the bridge? Right? Which one of these is the bridge?
The background information.
The background information.
Background information.
So the background information is like a bridge that connects your hook. So let me make a note of that. So the background information is like a bridge that connects your hook to your thesis statement.
It's a statement.
Now, which one of these is there to grab the reader's attention? Which one of these is there?
The hook.
The hook.
To grab the reader's attention. You know.
The hook.
So the hook has to grab the reader's attention. What are some examples of some hooks you could use?
A question.
A question.
A wise saying.
A wise saying. Right? A quote.
Funny saying, funny.
A thought-provoking question.
A surprising fact.
A surprising fact, right?
Interesting.
Right? Interesting statement. Very good. All those things are there to grab the reader's attention.
Thought-provoking question.
Thought-provoking question. Very good. Now, after you already have the reader's attention, then you want to explain it some more. So you want to give some more context. You want to give some more details. You want to align your hook with your thesis, and you want to align your hook with the general question at hand. And then you smoothly transition to your thesis statement. How do you know it's the thesis statement? What two things it must have in order for it to be a thesis
Agreeable
statement?
and disagreeable.
It must have your what?
To
Start with
agree or
P.
disagree.
It start with P. There's a word. Your position. Very good. It must have your position, right? Your position. That is, I agree or I disagree.
Or disagree.
Right? And then what else your thesis statement must have besides your position?
You could have give 3 reasons as well.
3 brief reasons why, or short reasons why this is your position. You are not going to run on in the introduction. You are not going to give supporting details in the introduction. You're not going to tell your whole life story in the introduction. You are going to give 3 brief, let me make sure I write this down. 3 brief reasons why you take that, right? How would I spell that right?
So, question, what if it's not brief?
If it's not brief, then you're doing it wrong. Okay.
So you will get marked down for that?
Definitely. Your introduction is supposed to be brief. You explain, where are you going to explain a lot? Where are you going to explain?
In the paragraph, in the body.
In the body paragraphs. You're not going to explain in the introduction. You do all your explaining, all your talking, all your running on. You do all that in the body paragraphs. Yes.
Is it because if you explain too much in the introduction, why do you need 3 other paragraphs for?
Exactly. Very good point, Shekinah Skavala. If you explain everything in the introduction, you don't have anything else to write. Then that means that your essay, that's why some people only have 1 paragraph for their essay. Why do you only have 1 paragraph? Because they explain everything in 1 paragraph, so they don't have nothing else to say, right?
Wow.
And so you need to spread it out. So today we're going to be looking at types of hooks. So head up for me, please. You could write that right now. Today is Monday, the 4th of September. The subject is in English language. Today we're going to be looking at types of hooks.
It's Wednesday.
I put Monday. Oh boy.
You living good?
You could tell I've had this already. Wednesday. There we go. Thank you. Types of hooks. Okay, so let's go ahead and explain it some more. So Rico Sweeting, where's Rico?
Yeah.
You are asking me to resend the math quiz, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will do that for you. So let's write this down. Write this down for me, please. The first component of an effective introduction is the what? The very first component of an effective introduction is the what?
Hook.
It's the hook. It's the hook. It's the hook. And as its name suggests, you're going to hook the audience. You want to get sort of like clickbait, right? When you get hooked on and you're like, you don't want to stop watching because you got hooked, or a very graphic and visually appealing thumbnail, right? That's like a hook. The hook in an essay, introduction. Let me move this. So the hook, by the way, you're writing this down, please. You're not just writing me type, watching me type. You're writing this down inside of your book because I'm going to, we're gonna have a quiz on this, and also you're gonna have a great exercise on this. So you need to write this down, and you have to send it to me once you finish. So the hook in the essay introduction serves several critical functions. So let's explain what are the functions of the hook. We already know the main function, and we explain that like time and time again. The number one function is to what? Attract the reader's what? Could we say? Attract their what?
Attention.
Attract their attention. That's the primary purpose of, you know, the hook, to attract the reader's attention. We like persons don't want to read something that is boring, right? No one want to read that. We want to read something that is appealing, and we want to read something that gets us thinking and we feel that we can learn something from it. So the primary purpose, so you want to grab their attention. So the primary purpose, or the primary purpose of the hook is to grab the reader's attention. It should be intriguing. What does intriguing mean? Anyone know what intriguing means? Enough.
You're interested. And you know
Interesting.
why.
Interesting.
Yeah, draws your attention.
Fascinating.
Fascinating, right? It should be intriguing enough, fascinating enough, interesting enough to make the reader, right? To make the reader what? Want to do what? What they want to do?
Continue to read.
They
To
want to
make the
what?
reader engage.
They want to engage, and you want them to continue to do what?
Continue to read.
Continue to read, right? Continue to read, right? So it should be intriguing enough to make the reader want to read more. So make sure, underline that, highlight that. So after we already attract their attention, so that's the number one purpose of the hook, to attract the reader's attention. The next component, or the next, how should I say, the next function of the hook is to set the tone, right? So the hook sets the tone of your essay, all right? So if you want to have a formal tone, right? Then you wouldn't use a joke as your hook, wouldn't you? If you want to have a formal
quote or question.
You would probably use a quote. You probably use a question. You may probably even use a statistic, because you're trying to be a formal. You're trying to be, you're not trying to sound sophisticated. So you wouldn't want to use a joke. But if you try and have like a casual, more informal set of type of essay or style, then you would start off with a joke or a dialogue or whatever. All right. So the purpose of the hook is to set the tone. So the hook also, because it's the first thing they're going to read, right? So the hook also helps to establish the tone of the essay, whether the tone is serious, humorous, dramatic. What does humorous means? What does humorous mean?
Funny.
Funny.
Like funny.
Yeah, funny. Or reflective, right? Or reflective. The hook provides an initial hint. Let me put this all in black. The hook provides an initial hint. By the way, the hook provides an initial hint of the essay's direction and style.
Mr. Petit, in number one, it says the primary purpose if the hook, I think it should be off.
Of the hook. Thank you so much. So let me ask the question. Yes, Kanan.
In number one, it say it's intriguing enough
It should be. Thank you. It should be. Very good. So Alex, where's Alex?
Here.
Let me ask the question. What is the primary purpose of the hook? The primary purpose.
To attract the reader's attention.
To attract the reader's attention. Anthony, where's Anthony?
I'm here.
What is the primary purpose of the hook?
To attract the reader's attention.
Very good, to attract the reader's attention. Barry Jean, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Were you there for maths?
Yes, sir.
You send in your notes and everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the primary purpose of the introduction?
To attract the reader's attention.
I'm sorry, the hook.
The hook, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Say it again.
What's the primary purpose of the hook?
The primary purpose of the hook?
Yes. Your answer is right. To attract the reader's attention.
Yes,
Bianca? Where's Bianca? Bianca, are you there? Please be ready to answer to your name, right? That way I know that you're here. You can't just be here not answering to your name. Jemiah Miller.
Yes, sir.
Besides attracting the reader's attention, what else should your hook do?
Make the reader want to read more.
It should make the reader want to read more. But the secondary function of the hook, besides attracting the reader's attention, what else should it do?
Make it more interesting.
Make it more interesting, but the second main one, the second main.
It should set the tone.
It should set the tone.
And make it funny.
It should set the tone. Very good. Give me some examples of different tones that we could have.
Formal.
Formal, okay. What else?
Serious.
Serious.
Dramatic.
Dramatic.
Funny.
Informal.
Funny. Informal.
Casual.
Right? Casual.
Reflective.
Reflective. Right? All those are different types of tones that we could have, right? Okay, so the purpose of the hook is also to set the tone. Next, what else the hook does? The hook provides context. Now, the background information is way more responsible for providing context than the hook, but the hook gives that initial context, right? Helps you understand where we're going with all this, right? So while the hook aims to capture interest or to grab interest, that's the purpose of the hook, to capture the interest or to grab the interest, right? So while the hook aims to capture interest, oh, I forget, she don't do the thing of grab interest. It also needs to be relevant to the topic at hand. So even though and that's the thing, you don't want that to survive. It's very important to make sure that you choose the right hook, because you don't want to choose the wrong hook. If you choose the wrong hook, then what happens is your essay won't flow. So you can't just say, oh, I just gonna give any quote. The quote must be relevant to whatever you're talking about, right? Why give any statistics? No, it must be relevant to what you're talking about. So while the hook aims to capture interest, it also needs to be relevant to the topic at hand. It should, I like this one, it should introduce the subject matter.
I have a question.
One moment. It should introduce the subject matter of the theme. I could say, that's right, not of the theme. Let's say subject matter or the theme of the essay in a way that prepares the reader for the background information and the thesis that will follow. So it sets the stage, right? It sets the stage for your thesis and also sets the stage for your background information. Someone had a question?
Yeah, you're saying that we go in for exam to write an essay. When it asks us to write an essay, you're saying do background information. Will we have time to do it in there, or we just gotta go from what they give us?
Okay, so your background information is not going to be long. At most 2 or 3 sentences. When I say background information, I don't mean like, go in depth in the whole history of the Bahamas or whatever. When I say background information, I mean 2 or 3 sentences. We're not doing background information today. We're just looking at hooks, right? So don't confuse hooks with background information. So we're just dealing with the hook today.
No, my mind is right on that. That's why.
Yeah. So background information is something else that we'll talk about, but it comes after the hook. All right. And it's there to explain the hook a little more, but it's not like an in-depth analysis of anything, right? So you go ahead.
So I don't have to literally go and to do background information check.
No.
Online
That's just the word for it. The best word I prefer to use the word bridge to, but people just use the background information. It's just a bridge. It's just to connect what you said in your hook with your thesis. All right. Okay.
All right.
Make sense?
Yes,
okay.
It does.
So give me 3 things that the hook does. Anyone can answer. 3 things that the hook does. 3 functions of the hook.
It attracts the reader's attention.
Attracts reader's attention.
It establishes the
tone
tone of the essay.
Provides context.
Very good. And then provides context. So setting the tone, providing the context, and attract the reader's attention. We're gonna do one more before we transition. The next thing that the hook does, and that's why it's important to find the right one. Kyla Welchcomb, are you there? It's Kyla Welchcomb. Kyla Welchcomb, are you there? I can't hear from Kyla. Kyla, are you there? Where's Kyla? She's answering in the chat. It still is not allowing me to unmute. You sure, Kyla? Let me see. Kyla. Kyla, can you speak now? No. Okay. I don't know. All right, not Kyla, since she can't speak, unfortunately. Yelisha Edgecombe, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Give me 3 functions of the hook.
It attracts the reader's attention, sets the tone, and provide context.
Very good. Malik Rule.
Yes, sir.
When should the hook come, before or after the thesis?
It should come before the thesis statement.
Very good. Aaliyah Davis.
Yes, sir.
Which part of the introduction is there to attract the reader's attention?
The hook.
The hook, very good. Curiosity. So the last part that we're gonna look at is it creates curiosity. So an effective hook generates curiosity, prompting the reader. Because that's why the reader would want to learn more, right? Because they want to know, like, I want to prompting. Let me spell this right. Not promoting. Prompting the reader to want to learn more about the topic. It often presents a question, a scenario, or an idea that invites further exploration. So the fourth reason why you would want to have a hook is it's there to create curiosity. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this notes inside the chat because I have to move on to the next slide. And I don't want to be on this all the time. So I'm going to, it's inside the chat. You should see it.
Excuse me, Miss Petit.
Uh-huh.
This is Naya. I sent you the work.
Okay. That's all of it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night. So these are the four things. Now, for the rest of them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, can I move this? Let me move this.
Yes, sir.
Can I move the first one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, so, and if you still don't have the first one, then what you could do is you can look in the chat. I have it all in the chat. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to look at some examples of some common hooks. So here are some examples of, or we could say here are some, let's say here are some common types. We're gonna look at 4 different types of hooks, right? So here are some common types of hooks and how they can be effectively utilized. So number 1, surprising statistics. Remember, this is the way you're gonna start off your essay. That's the first type. We're gonna dive into that. So let's give an actual example of it. Anyone want to try? If you want to use some surprising statistics, what would you say? For example,
It is recommended that all doctors recommend this type of toothpaste. It is really good for your health.
It has to be statistics. So it has to be some sort of statistics. Maybe
over 99. Over 59% of the Bahamas has been affected by chickenpox.
Okay, I like that. Anyone else want to try?
I want.
Go ahead, Kanan.
Most Americans think strawberry milk comes from strawberry cows.
Okay, but you have to give like a percentage, or you have to give like a ratio or something like that. There has to be some stats.
68%.
Okay, 68%.
Did you know that 30% of Nevada's population are actually obese?
Okay, interesting. That's an interesting statistic.
Did you know that 5% of people can't solve this riddle?
5%, okay. So let's use something that's related to the Bahamas. We can say over, and it has to be true and factual, right? So this is actually factual, by the way. Over 90%. So that's just a way how you could start off. Over 90% of electricity in the Bahamas is what? What do you know? What do you think? Is generated. Comes from BDC. That's correct. It's generated from what?
BDC.
Fossil.
Always off.
It's always off.
Fossil fuels.
It's generated from fossil fuels. Do you know?
BPL.
Do you know that? Thank you, Erica. Do you know that We don't have a lot of solar in the Bahamas. That's weird, right? Even though we have all that sun.
And all the heat and all the heat.
Yeah, most of our electricity comes from the plants, and that is we use fossil fuels for that. So if we could save more if we could you know get it generated from natural resources, but we rely heavily on that. So number two. So one type of hook that could be used is what? Surprising statistic. And you can start your essay by over 90% of electricity in the Bahamas is generated from fossil fuels. Now, that would get a reader attention because they're like, what, over 90%? You're serious? Yes, that's actually correct, over 90%. So that means that only a little bit is used from solar, right? And other natural methods. All right, next thing you could use is...
too expensive.
Say it again?
Because the solar panels are too expensive.
Very good, because of solar, because of upfront cost of those stuff. Very good. Cleveland. So the next one is you could ask appropriate questions, right? So for example, you can say, can the Bahamas continue to rely so heavily on tourism? Or is it time to change industries? What do you think?
Well, the Bahamas needs tourism for building houses or buying things to live off or even doing business.
Okay.
Like if you're doing a car rental, you need tourism. Basically, the whole Bahamas needs tourism to even do anything. And I learned that for social studies.
Okay.
I think
All
the
right.
Bahamas can rely heavily on tourism.
You think it's not a safe thing, right? Because remember, look at COVID, right? Right, when COVID happened, right, we see that certain things had a dip. So
it's like a 50-50 chance.
It's like a 50-50 chance, right? That's a good point. Anyone else want to have anything to say about that? Before
Yes,
I move?
sir.
Go ahead.
Bahamas need more money.
Bahamas make more money, so you think they should still continue? Lamar?
They should not continue because their trademark, the Queen Kong, is getting endangered and heavily hunted.
Heavily hunted. Okay. But we don't only advertise the Queen Kong, we advertise sun, sand, and sea. So, that is, something that's like virtually
and the coral reefs.
And the coral reefs. Okay. So because of you're saying because of how things are from a natural standpoint. Okay, that's something good to think about, right? So that's a question that would get a reader thinking. They're like, I want to read more. I really want to read more of this essay because I want to know if we should continue to rely heavily on tourism. So you see how that works, right? It gets you thinking, right? Like, I wonder, right? Next thing that we have is relevant quotes. So all these are different examples of what? Hooks, right? So relevant quotes. So relevant quotes are going to be relevant quotes. So relevant quote, we can say, give me an example. So that's why it's important that you read. If you read, then you could be able, even if you don't read, even if you listen to podcasts, even if you listen to like the news, even if you listen to anything that is, educational, informative, and not, just entertainment. You want to listen to something that you actually can learn from. So when it's time to write, you actually have something to write about. Because you'll be amazed at a lot of things you listen to and watch, like you could remember them. So you could use the media for something good and not just, to entertain yourself.
Like
so
game
Like, for example, games or something. So Eleanor Roosevelt. So this is another way to start it. You could say start it by saying Eleanor Roosevelt once said. What did she once say? The future belongs to those who what? Believe in their, or believes in the beauty of their what? Dreams. All right. And so that's the way you could start, right? And then your background information would be explaining what that quote means, right? And then you could connect it to whatever the topic you're talking about in your thesis. So far, give me 3 types of hooks that we could use.
Surprising status.
Surprising statistics. What else?
Appropriate questions.
Appropriate questions. What else?
Relevant quotes.
Relevant quotes. Relevant quotes. Relevant quotes. All right. Order, wait, one more. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. And I'd say we're gonna get 4, right? So let's do one more. The last one is gonna be humorous jokes. Humorous jokes. And it's redundant because if it's humorous, it is a joke, but you know, for what it's worth. Example. We're gonna say procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun. Until you get the bill. Procrastination is like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill. Do you all understand that? Or I need to explain that?
Wait, Mr. Petit, how does procrastination correlate with bills?
Oh, you don't understand what it's saying?
I understand.
You understand?
Watch
You
Mr.
understand?
Petit.
You
Yeah, I
understand?
understand.
You understand? Explain it to him. Explain it what it's trying to say.
All right. So basically, what it's saying is, credit cards, you go spend money off the credit card. You can spend your money on whatever you want to spend it on, right? Until you get the bill and you see how much it costs, and you realize your money off the credit card gone.
Yes. So basically, procrastination is basically leaving things and not doing them, and just putting it off until you're 81, and you realize that, boy, I wasted my whole life, right? So you had yes, exactly. It's the same thing with the credit card. You keep on spending, having a lot of fun, and then you realize, oh my goodness, I spent all of this. But you still have to pay. You still have to pay for it back because it's on the credit card, so you still have to pay for it, right? So that's what they say. Procrastination is a lot of fun. It's like a credit card. It's a lot of fun until you get the bill. So that's supposed to be a joke, but only if you get it. Okay, out of these 4, which one do you think that you like to use the most?
Number 1.
Quotes, relevant
Number
quotes.
1. Humorous joke, surprising statistics.
Number 1, 2, 3,
Number
or
3 and
4?
number 4.
Number 2.
Number 3.
Number 3. Number 4.
Number 2.
Next between 1 and 4 for me.
Number 3.
1 and 4. Okay. All right, interesting. Put inside the chat the number. Put inside the chat the number.
You want to see the humorous jokes.
Say it again.
I feel like number 2 would be more
You
interesting.
can see the humorous jokes.
You can't see the humorous jokes? Okay. So put inside the chat which one you think is you like the most. 1, 2, 3, or 4. So put inside the chat the number. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let me see who's winning. I should have done a poll, 1, 2, 3, or 4. A lot of people at 4. Wow. That's a lot of people with 4. Oh wow. 2, 2, 2. Jokes more easier. Okay. All right. But make sure your jokes, whatever jokes you have, connects with your topic and connects with your thesis statement and prepares your reader for your background information. All right. I think the easiest one, if I would be honest, the easiest one in the exam is the question. That's the easiest one. And if you read a lot, then the next one would be the quote.
Nice.
Yeah. And then if you are a funny person, then it'll be the humorous jokes. And then if you know a lot about statistics, then it'll be the statistics, right? Because we can't just make up statistics. You have to, it has to actually be a statistic. It can't just like make it up. You have to actually be accurate. Okay, at this time, I need you to take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. That's everyone. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. I need everyone to do that. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp.
Yeah, my father's phone now.
I need you to do that for me. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. All right, so I need you to do that. I need everyone to do that. Take a picture of your work and send it to me via WhatsApp. Please do that. Again, take a picture of your...
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
I'll be sending for my mom's phone. Don't you still Venn?
Say it again.
I'll be sending for my mom's phone.
Okay, no problem.
My cousin is occupied.
No problem. No problem. Say it again.
Already sent mine.
Ready send yours? Who else has already sent? Ready send theirs.
Me.
Okay.
I sent mine to Mr. T.
You send yours? Okay, good. I need the rest of you all to send yours.
I sent mine.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Take a picture of your notes, all of them now, and send it to me via WhatsApp. Where is Ahmad and Tio? Are y'all there? 3.
Mr. Petit, I can't see the screen.
You can't see the screen anymore?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, let me adjust that. Give me 1 minute. All right, can you see it now?
I was able to see it. It's gone again.
Whoa. Okay, give me 1 minute then. You have to wait. Yours is very sensitive. All right, everyone is ready sending their notes besides persons who are still writing it down.
Yes, sir.
I'm still writing.
You're still writing? Okay.
I sent
Yes,
all
I-
mine just now, the math and the language just now.
Who's that?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah Thurston?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this inside the chat as well, because some persons are not finished with this. So I'm gonna put this inside the chat. Okay, so let's look at some examples, right? So, not examples, why I say examples? Let's do an exercise together. By the way, please, I want to give away the answers. Okay, by the way, let me allow persons to talk because this exercise we're able to do, people are gonna need to be able to talk. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. So for this exercise that we're gonna do not write the answer. Sorry, do not write this in your book. We are going to do this as a class.
Mr. Petit, I didn't get finished writing the notes. So
Okay, I put it inside the chat so you can get it from the chat.
great, thank you.
No problem. So for this one, put your answer inside the chat. So it says write joke hook, write joke hook, or you could write statistic hook, or you could write question hook, or you could write quotation hook to identify the hooks below. So for number one, just put number one. If you think it's a joke hook, put joke hook. If you think it's a statistic hook, put statistic hook. If you think it's a question hook, put question hook. If you think it's a quotation hook, put quotation hook. So put number one in your answer, number two in your answer, number three in your answer, number four in your answer, number five in your answer, number six in your answer. All right.
Put this in the chat.
Put it in the chat. Do not write this down in your book. Put it inside the chat. Inside the chat only. Put it inside the chat. All right. Put it inside the chat. Yeah. So the first question says, Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." Number two, can technology ever replace human creativity? Number three, over 70% of the world's surface is covered with water, yet less than 1% of it is drinkable. Number four, I'm on a seafood diet. I see food and I eat it. Number five, studies reveal that about 85% of people are afraid of public speaking. Number six, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. These were the wise words of Winston Churchill. So what you're going to do is you're going to put number one and the answer, number two and the answer, number three and the answer, number four and the answer, number five and the answer, number six and the answer. Put this inside the chat for me. All right. Put this inside the chat. How many persons are doing this exercise? Let me know, please, if you're doing the exercise.
I'm doing it.
Yes, sir.
I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
I see Cleveland answer. I see Lamar. I see Anishka. I see Alex. I see Carissa. I see Sasha Neek. I see Jemiah Miller.
Excuse me.
I see Ethan Bean.
Can you look at the message?
You want me to look at the message? The message. I don't think it reached to me yet. On WhatsApp or what? Lamar. Okay, can't FMM. All right, how many persons are finished with this? How many persons are finished with this? How many persons are finished? Finished.
I'm finished.
Finish? You're finished?
I'm finished.
I just sent mine in.
I'm finished.
Okay.
I'm almost finished.
Almost finished? Almost finished? Okay. I
I
need
just sent mine in.
I need a reader for number one. I need a reader for number one.
Me.
Nevaeh Stewart. Okay.
Can I read number 4, sir?
You want to read number 4? That's fine. So Nevaeh Stewart for number 1.
Can I read number 2?
You could read number 2. Xavier for number 2.
Can I read number 3?
Shekinah for number 3. Okay.
I get it.
Go ahead. Wait, one moment. Go ahead, Nevaeh. Read number 1. Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world."
Come on, read that with some soul.
Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world."
Much better. Good. What y'all have for this one? What type of hook is that?
Quotation.
Quotation hook. What did I? Okay. I didn't have that. Okay. Quotation hook. And this is definitely quotation. Quotation.
I got that right.
How many persons got that right?
I got it. Me.
Very good.
I got it.
Quotation hook.
I got it.
Okay, good. Quotation hook. Number 2. Who's reading number 2? What did I say? Read number 2 again.
I read it.
I can read number 2.
Go ahead, Xavier. Xavier.
Can technology ever replace human creativity?
Read it again.
Can technology ever replace human creativity?
All right. What type of hook is that?
Question.
Question hook. Question hook. How many persons got that? Let me know.
I did. I'm very smart.
Very good. Only one.
Okay.
Only like 5 of y'all? Anyone else?
I did.
I got
You
it.
did?
I
You
got
got
it.
it?
I
All right.
got it as
I
well.
got it.
I got it.
Okay, good. I told someone to read number 3. Who was that? Read number
Me,
3.
Shekinah.
Go ahead, Chikaina.
Over 70% of the world's surface is covered by water, yet less than 1% of it is drinkable.
Very good.
That's in a statistic hook.
A statistic hook. She's absolutely correct. How many persons got that?
Got it. I got it.
Statistic hook. Very
I got
good.
it.
Excellent.
I got
I
it.
got it.
Very good. Statistic hook. Statistic hook. Number 4, Malik.
Yes, sir. I'm on a seafood diet. I see food and I eat it.
And I eat it. What type of humorous joke?
Joke.
Jokes.
That's a joke.
Joke hook. All right. What do you think about my joke? Is that funny?
Yeah, it was funny.
All right, good.
That fun is cheesy.
Not really.
It's cheesy. Okay. All right, number 5. Studies reveal that about 6. Oh, someone's supposed to read number 5. Who read number 5? Go ahead, Aniska.
Can I read it?
Go ahead, Aniska.
Okay, studies reveal that about 85% of people are afraid of public speaking.
What you have for that one?
Surprising.
Yeah, actually, but statistic.
Statistic. Very good.
Me too.
Statistic. And who said me too? Who said me too?
Me,
Yeah.
me.
Jeremiah Thurston. Okay, good.
Me.
Can
Very
I read
good.
number 6?
Got it.
Very good. Statistic hook.
I got it. Six.
Can I
Statistic.
Can I
read
read the final one? Can I read the
Who's
last one?
I get number 6.
I got
number
it.
6? Good. Alex, you want to read the 6th one?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. Is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. These were the wise words of Winston Churchill.
Very good. So dramatic, man. What y'all have for this one?
Quotation.
Quotation. Very good. Quotation. All
I
right.
got all.
How many persons got all right?
I got all right.
Me.
I got
Me.
I got all.
Very
I
good.
got all right. I got all right.
Now these are just hooks, right? They're just hooks. So what we're gonna do now is I'm going to put the quiz inside the chat. Let me see. Okay. I'm gonna put there's only 3 quizzes. What is the passing score on the quizzes?
80%.
80%
or higher.
80% and above.
15 or 20.
80% and above. And let me tell you this. You need, when you're doing the quiz, please, once you finish with the quiz, take a picture of the quiz, screenshot, send it to me, please. All right. That way you can have all, I mean, I have all the grades, but it's just easier looking at your chat and seeing your quizzes. All right. So once you have finished the quiz, take a screenshot of it and send it to me via WhatsApp. And also once you've started the quiz, please put started inside the chat. That's also good.
Hey, Mr. Petit, could you kindly send that via WhatsApp to me for Nishka?
Yes, I can. Nishka.
Thank you.
No problem. So everyone should be doing their quiz. Okay. So please do the quiz. Like I said, once you finish with your quiz, you should get at 80% or above. All right, you should get 80% or above. Where's Erica? Is Erica there? Oh wow, that lady sounds so much like Erica. Okay. Okay, so I need you all to do your quizzes. Let me check on the quiz grades. See how y'all doing with these. Look. Everyone's so quiet, man. Y'all thinking it. Don't think too hard now. It ain't that deep. It's not that hard. English is easy, don't make it hard. Okay, Malik Rule, why are you getting a 6 out of 10 on my quiz? Malik Rule? Hello, Malik, can you hear me? Can y'all hear me at all?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I could hear you.
So Malik, why are you getting a 6 out of 10 in my quiz? Where's Malik? This quiz wasn't hard. Why are people getting 6 out of 10s? This was not hard. This is let me check this quiz. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. This was oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, you get the better grade in the next one. This one was yeah, I understand now. All right, if you got less than 8, you need to do a quiz again. So CC Joseph, you need to redo the quiz. Malik Roll, you need to redo the quiz. Delvon, you need to redo the quiz, and so on. Okay. Anyone pass the first quiz? Anyone pass the first quiz?
I got a 10 out of 10.
Got a 10 out of 10. That's good. All right. Delvon, you need to do the quiz again. Amari, you need to redo the quiz. Lamar, you need to redo the quiz. Shekinah, very good. Aaliyah, very good. Kyla Welchcome, you need to redo the quiz. Rico Sweeting. That's right, Rico Sweeting. Very good, 10 out of 10. Xavier Cooper, redo the quiz, please. Anyone on the second quiz yet?
Oh, I am.
You're on the second one, that's good.
I just finished the second quiz.
What you got on the second one?
I get a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Second quiz, sir.
Second one, let me see. How are you on the second one and you didn't
I
pass
got
the
a 10
first
out
one?
of 10 on the first one.
10 out of 10 on the first one, that's good. All right.
I get a 10 out of 10 on the first one.
10 out of 10 on the first one, very good. Jeremiah Thurston. Let me check the second quiz grades. Bianca Bailey, you need to redo the quiz, the second quiz. The mayor. Where's the mayor Ford? Is the mayor Ford here? Where's the mayor Ford?
Mr. Petit, can you send the chat to my phone, please?
What's the name?
Can you send the link to the test to my WhatsApp, please?
Logan, okay. What's up, you said?
Yes, please.
Yeah, no problem.
Mr. Batia get an 8 out of 10 on the first one.
Who's that?
Kanan.
Kanan, very good, Kanan. Okay.
Mr. Petit, I am the third quiz. No, the third quiz.
You're in the third quiz, the
8
third
out of
one.
10.
Okay.
My fault. You take a
Ray.
picture of it.
Okay, no problem. Ray Hall, 8 out of 10, very good. Lendira, you need to redo your quiz. Natasha Charlton, need to redo your quiz. If you got anything less than an 80, you have to redo it. If you got anything less than an 80, you have to redo it. Janae Williams, redo your quiz, please. Monique Lamy, L-Amy, that's how it's pronounced. Lanice Johnson, redo the quiz. Where's Marinique?
I got a 10 out of 10 on the second quiz.
That's good. Who's the speaking?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, okay. Where's Marinique?
Yes, sir.
Right when class over, I'm gonna speak with you, okay? So hold on.
Okay.
I got a 10 out of 10 on the second quiz.
10 out of 10, very good. Okay, let me check the third one.
Hi, Mr. B. I got 10 out of 10 on the first one, not second.
Now you're gonna go on the second one now, right?
Mr. Petit, can you send the link again, please?
For the quiz?
Yes, sir.
No problem.
Thank you.
Someone is asking me to send it via WhatsApp.
I'm on the second question.
That's what's her name? Oh Lord. Jasmine Smith?
Yes, sir.
You said you want me to send it to you via WhatsApp?
Yes, sir.
Jasmine. Okay, I just did. Someone was asking me for something. I can't remember what that was.
I just finished all three quizzes, all with 100%.
Is that true, Alex? Let me check that before I accept that
Very
as
true.
gospel. Let me check. So what if you lying to me? What should I do?
I get a 10 out of 10 on the second quiz.
10 out of 10 on the second quiz. That's good. Okay, I think the third quiz is supposed to be the first quiz because the third quiz is the easiest right away. Interesting. What did I send? That? Let me send the quiz again.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Who's saying good night?
Alex.
Alex? Alex, I need to check your stuff before you go.
Oh, yes, sir, my bad.
Mr. Petit, I finished all the quizzes.
Wait, one moment. Let me check. Introduction. 3.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
If I get a 26 out of 30, do I have to redo it over?
26 out of 30?
Yes, sir.
No.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Oh, what about 22?
22, I can tell you right now. $22 over 30. Yes. And for 30, you have to at least get 24 or the 30 in order to pass. Okay, but it's 9:05. It is 9:05 and class supposed to end at 9. So if you did the first one, if you passed the first quiz, only you need to pass one of them. If you passed the first quiz and you already sent in your notes, then you can go.
I have the first one I got 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
I got 10 out of 10 on the second one.
I
passed. I got 8 out of 10.
Wait, one moment. Monique, 6 out of 10 is not a pass.
Okay.
But if you pass the first quiz and you send in your notes, you can go.
I passed
All right,
both.
good night. Good night.
Good night. Have a good night.
Passed both of the quizzes.
That's good. Have a good night.
Good night,
Yes.
Mr. Petit.
Good night, Mr. Pay. See you tomorrow.
Good night. Natea, what Natea, what you saying? What you saying, Natea?
Good night.
If I straight, if you could check me, Scott.
Let me see.
Good
Did you
night, Mr. Petit.
Good night.
Natea, did you finish the first quiz? The first
I think,
one.
Good night.
Good night.
I
Nateo.
think I did it.
Nateo.
Mr.
Petit, you could
Good
send
night.
me the math quiz, please.
Rico?
Yes, sir.
I will send it to your mother's phone.
I did
Okay.
one of them.
Good night.
You say you did one of them. I don't see No, I don't see the first one done, Nateo.
Mr. Petit, Mr. Petit, I got a 26 or a 30 on the last quiz.
Yeah, that's a pass.
All right.
Yeah,
Good night,
Nateo,
Mr. Petit.
Nateo, I don't see the first one. You need to go in the chat and get the first quiz. That's not completed.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
And I send you the notes you to go.
Yes, you can go. Once you did one of the quizzes and you send in the notes, you can go.
Bye, Miss Petit.
Take care.
Good night, Mr. Petit.
Good night.
Mr. Petit, I
Oh,
got a.
Nateo.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see it. I see you do the second one. That's fine. You could go.
Okay.
It's not okay,
Later.
Nateo. It's either yes or no. So
Later.
have a good night. Y'all have school in the morning.
Excuse me, Mr. Petit.
Uh-huh.
I just wanted to let you know I got a 10 out of 10 on the first two and a 26 out of 30 on the last one.
But the 26 or the 30 is a pass, so that's good. Very good, Jeremiah.
So,
Good
see you
stuff.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Godspell.
Mr. Petit, I sent you my work and I did all the quizzes.
That's good. Have a good night.
Good night.
Mr. Petit, I'm finished.
Sashanique, how did you do on the quizzes?
I only got one wrong on the last one.
Okay, that's
Mr.
good.
Petit.
Uh-huh.
I got two 8 out of 10s on the first one, and I got a 20 out of 30 in the last one.
Okay, good.
Pardon?
I said, okay, good. That's fine.
Okay. Can I go?
Yes, you can. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Monique? Okay.
I'm here.
I see hand raised, that's why.
Mr. Batik, I got 30 out of 30 in the last one.
Very good. Very good. You can go.
Thank
Did you
you.
wait? Did you send your notes? Did you send your notes? Did you send your notes?
Yeah, yeah, sir, but I can send the quizzes to you right now without the screenshot.
Okay.
The stars.
That's good.
Mr. Petit,
Mm-hmm.
I'm finished, but I did fail I didn't pass the first one, but I redid it and get 10 out of 10, and I get the rest of them
Okay.
passing grades.
Okay. Okay. When you say passing grade, what you mean?
10 out of 10 and 30 out of 30.
10 out of 10 and 30 out of 30. Okay. That's good.
All right, Mr. Petit, I just gone and passed number 2 again. And so I'm moving on to number 3 now.
Okay. That's good. Where's Marinique?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm looking at your aptitude test. And can you see your screen?
Yes, sir.
Wait, let me end this recording, by the way. Wait, give me a moment. I gonna end this recording and then